Hello.
Hello. We're here.
You are here. Yeah, TLDR, our internet was being weird earlier today. So we really worried we might not even be able to stream.
Yeah, well, it's still possible that we might just randomly cut out. Well, no, but...
Full heads up, our internet might just randomly stop working.
Yeah.
Which is extremely uncool. Of it.
If it does go down, we will endeavour to be back up again.
Yeah.
And I really hope it doesn't go down, because if I got the stream split in two, I have to, like...
Yeah, it also took you, like, 4 hours to do it,
did.
Because...
Yeah, the stream from the 12th of November that had, like, a tiny little cut in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it takes so long, because I have to use bloody Clipchamp.
Yeah.
Which needs an internet connection, and guess what we didn't have?
One of these days...
I got it almost done, to the point where I was saving it, and then the internet was like, oh, let me save. I just, died.
I hate this modern shit of always having internet available for your basic
applications
to work.
They mixed, I don't even remember what it's called, mixed. They,
Media
mixed.
Player?
It wasn't Media Player.
I thought Windows Movie Maker.
That's the one.
Something like that.
Yeah, because like Media Player still exists. It's what you use. It's literally on your toolbar right now.
Yeah, or if you want to call it Windows Media Player, it's like a weird...
Yeah, but it's literally...
weird thing that wears its corpse.
Yeah, I know, but it's still Media Player rather than like the one that used to be the Media Maker or Movie Maker or whatever it was called. And they got rid of that.
Yeah.
And now you have to use Clipchamp, which I think always sounds like a monkey. You know,
it does. Like, it's just Clipchamp.
Clipchamp. It's just what I always read it as, and I hate it.
It's like MailChimp, like, you know, that's just what I hear. It's like, it's one of their extra...
And it's a freaking always online thing. And I don't know about you, but I don't see why my movie creation software should be an always online thing.
No.
It's not like I have a license for it. It's free.
Like, yeah, if you're
But my PC can't handle any of the other Meteor ones, so...
Well, once we get that upgrade, you're going to start using DaVinci, because we can't chill with this shit anymore.
Yeah, I will.
But until then, we're on the struggle bus.
Oh, yeah, pray for me.
Oh. Oh, no, Ganon Doodles, that's so cute.
It's so cute. I'm sorry it hurts your fingy, so...
Yeah, I love those little stars as well.
I know exactly them so well.
Hold
on. They're not like the little wishing stars one, right? The little Japanese ones. I don't know them. They sound cute.
They're similar.
Oh, those things! Oh, we used to hang them on the tree when I was a kid.
Yeah, those things. They're really cute.
Yeah, no, they're so cute. I've never learned how to fold them.
Yeah, sorry, I pulled up a picture.
Yeah. Oh, no, those are adorable. They look really cool. They're simple to make. See, the last time I tried to make one, I think I was 5 or 6. And at 5 or 6 years old, I did not find them simple to make.
You know what? Much the same for me.
So I'm sure better people than I will have a better job. I was just like,
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna play with My Little Ponies. Good night. These days, I'd like to try.
Yeah, exactly. I got really into origami for a while as well.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, I had this book which had all these cool animal ones. And like, for some reason, there was this one step of, I think it was the zebra, I couldn't figure out, like, the instructions, like, I don't know if they were incorrect or whatever, but I couldn't get the folds to show up the way that it's in the book.
Yeah, right.
And it, like, I think I spent, like, literally a day and a half trying to figure out what it was, and I just had to give up. I couldn't make it. I couldn't get past that step.
I think I've had a similar experience with those origami animal books. Sometimes they just have literally a step that was essentially the origami equivalent of draw the rest of the owl.
Yeah.
But it would be wrong. You'd be trying to make like an owl and it would be like draw the rest of the croissant.
Yeah.
And I like fold the end under the third piece and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? And then eventually, like, if you did find it out, you'd be like, that's not at all what that instruction says. Are you just trying to stop people from getting into origami because you want to keep it all for yourself or what? On the other hand, I am the best origami box maker. And I don't even really think it's origami. I mean, insofar as it is paper folding without cuts or...
I want to get back into origami.
Origami's fun.
I crave it.
You crave the origami?
I crave the origami.
With these days, it's... What do you do?
Why is one of my...
Huh?
it no longer shows an icon on here.
What are you on about? Where?
One of my... Look at it, it no longer shows a picture.
Huh?
One of my...
Oh. I wonder why that happened.
Well, I hope nothing important broke.
Hello, Goose.
Hello, Goose. How dare you have friends?
How dare you have friends? Yeah, no, it's okay. We missed you, but you're here now, and that's what matters.
Wait. I figured out why.
What happened?
It was because it was activated.
Oh, is it? Oh, but also hidden.
Yeah. Sorry for speaking in riddles. Anyway,
the riddles.
I still can't believe you're allowed to have friends, Goose. How dare you?
How dare. The debut of your new keyboard since Faf broke the other one a few days ago. How dare?
Oh my...
What is...
God, Faf?
Faf.
I bet he didn't even
Fafnir
compensate
Goose
you.
Child, you are a bad cat. Sorry.
Do you remember what we had to go in this game?
No.
Didn't we, we had the telegram thing, right? Oh, we're gonna go to the prisoner governor's office. That was it. We just had the whole thing, and we accidentally leaked some government secrets,
I like how you
essentially.
just casually started. Nobody was ready. We were all busy.
I am just loading it so we can start talking in a moment.
He has no regrets. What a bad cat.
Wow.
Bad cat.
I wish I could be this free and uncaring.
Yeah.
Faf living the life we all wish we could live.
Yeah, ask him about the papers Vigil doesn't want you to tell anybody about. Yeah, for sure.
How to recap what happened yesterday.
That was a thing that happened.
We mostly talked a lot about Vigil.
We went and spoke to to Daily Vigil.
We had a meltdown about history.
Oh, we learned a lot about Van Zieks.
Oh yeah.
And we went to go
Van
see
Zieks
him
is
in
bad.
prison, and Susato was like, yeah, Van Zieks actually looks really good behind bars. I mean, what? Huh? Who said that? Not me. I didn't say anything. And we talked to Asogi and learned about his tragic past.
Greggy being the guy from
Oh yeah,
the Reaper.
Gregson was the Reaper, except he wasn't actually the murdery Reaper. He was the guy behind all of it. He was the guy who organized the Reaper. Yeah.
We found that Judge Jigoku has just gone missing.
Yeah, Judge Jigoku is just gone.
Well, he's just fucked off. He's like, oh, my symposium isn't today, so I'm gonna go sightseeing.
He's going
He's
off.
sussy. There's a lot going on, and
Iris once again no longer knows about her dad.
Oh yeah.
But then we maybe aren't 100% sure it was her dad.
Yeah, we're not sure if
he
that
was
was
just
her dad
like,
now.
I feel like I would have known if he had a kid.
Yeah.
And by he, I mean Susato's dad we spoke to. Susato was MVP and hustled Iris out of the way for that conversation. Sherlock was hiding. I mean, Sholmes was hiding behind the sofa for the whole conversation and made us pay for his tea. What else did I miss? Oh, and then we went to see Daily Vigil in hospital, and he was all like, oh yeah, Genshin Asogi wrote his last will and testament in prison while I was warder, and nobody's supposed to know about that, so don't tell anybody that I told you. So now we're gonna go and tell somebody that he told us, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that seems like the pleasant thing to do.
Yeah, and we we broke Strongheart's clocks with our lag.
We did break Strongheart's clock with our lag.
Anyway.
Clock with an L.
No, the other one goes into the...
Pardon?
No, never mind. Look at the little chirpy machine here, right?
I don't want to look at the chirpy machine. It is a lot. It was a Genshin saved Van Zieks' life once. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Van Zieks is pretty traumatized all round, I think. Which is fair.
Yeah.
You're expecting me to do this cold, are you?
I sure am!
Just straight in there.
Oh, you can do it.
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, she's also... Pocket has been saying that she can't do voices, by which I mean she thinks she's bad at it. She had to listen to recordings earlier. It's like, do I really sound this bad?
You don't need to tell people about it.
Chat can tell you that, you're wrong. I mean, you won't believe me. They need chat to back me up.
I just sometimes, when we try our hardest to do something well, we feel like maybe we're not as good as we could be. even though we're trying our Bessie. And I just had a crisis of confidence. And maybe a tiny cry. The tiniest cry. But you didn't need to tell people.
I will tell people. That is literally my job.
Well. And then you make me do this. Just straight
right
in
there. Just to give you more trauma.
Oh, back again, are you? Jeez. You keep thinking you need to repaint all the art you made for us because it's not the best expression of your skill. You need to repaint nothing. Those pieces of art are masterworks, and I love them very, very much.
Yes. I got them ready.
Yeah, we do.
We've got ready to use. I got ready to use yesterday. Literally delayed the stream for that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to
then
use them. You know
to
how
use them.
salty I am about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Just as you love my voice. Well. I know. I don't think you can possibly love my voice acting as much as I love those pieces of artwork. I think about them sometimes when I'm lying in bed and I can't sleep at night, and I'm like, yeah, those make me complete. They're so good. Anyway, I really hope I better get on with this because then we might actually be able to use some of the art.
Yeah.
Boom. This is your line though. So.
Yes. Hello.
I've heard all about your investigations. I read the report just now. You found him, eh? Vigil.
Yes. Luckily.
Well, anywho. The laddie doesn't work here no more, so your case is now to do with Barclay. Cobalt or widgets and winter supplies that have been sent, so they should be released before Christmas. Oh, I'm so excited!
Oh, I haven't shown Pocket the beautiful drawing you put on them.
Oh no, I'm excited to see.
Hold on.
So
do you want spoilers?
No, I want spoilers.
Okay, hold on.
The thing is, you managed to give each character a unique voice without making it grating to listen to. I appreciate you saying that. I try really hard.
She thinks her own voice is grating. That's the problem.
It is quite grating.
I present to you.
Shimmy. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Oh, look at his little. Is that Faff? Is the accurate representation of Faff? It's adorable. I love it. I'm excited. He's so cute. Oh. So many other streamers love giving female characters, especially a super forced high voice that either just sounds mocking or make it sound incredibly seducing. No, I've never ever tried to make any female sound seducing at all. Ever.
I think our
doesn't work if I do, I think.
Sorry for Tamagotchi notice. I think, yeah.
But I'm glad you think so. I also know that if anything is particularly grating, you will tell me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh. Ooh. I do know what you mean though, I think. Iris would like a word. Not about the seductive part.
Of course, yes. Mr. Vigil stopped working here 10 years ago now, so...
Oh, Iris would like a word. Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He was given the chop.
I cannot believe that we're bringing her along here. Like, hey, yeah, we dragged a 10-year-old along.
Right. To the prison governor's office. This is normal and fine.
I mean,
so you feel comfortable enough to say anything because you're sure it'll both be seen and not be taken the wrong way. No, exactly. I do appreciate it. Sometimes when I'm doing a voice, it can get a little bit much, and I like that you tell me because I can't judge it when I'm doing it myself at all. I barely hear myself, you know. So, all right, my darling. Yeah. You're not right, my darling. Sometimes I say that to Socket, and then she just walks away. She just leaves me. Aye, Kimmer, you can very well. So, how about a wee handcuff biscuit? Oh, they really are like little handcuffs, and as hard as irons too. You're a little chat spammer. That is okay. We like that. We encourage the spamming in chat. So, what's brought you down here today?
Well, there's something we'd like to ask you about, actually.
Is that so?
We believe there might have been a document that disappeared from Genshin Asogi's cell. I think it's been called the Asogi Papers or something. Didn't he just literally go, please don't tell anybody about this?
He did.
Like, I we're like straight in here gonna ask sorry,
Yeah.
mate, about the Asogi Papers.
He literally turned around and went, please don't tell anybody. And we walked straight up to his ex-boss's office and said, hey, about this thing. Because we are dirty little grassers. The snitches what get stitches. I can't pronounce that, so you're going to have to carry on with it. Iris definitely still has her gun. I hope her tea hasn't cooled down. Did I know, say, Gregson's death is now to do with things that might have happened at Barclay. Leave the past in the past, laddie. Let's not footer about with irrelevant details.
His expressions changed completely. Has it?
Has it?
Has it?
Has it? Has it?
We're clearly onto something here.
I guess they're telling us because it's not otherwise... where did that comb go? I refuse to believe that pocket's deep enough that comb just disappeared.
I mean...
I love that sus has actually become quickly our, I think, most used emote.
As it should
proportionally.
be. As it should be. It is sus.
Because, yeah, in our Twitch recap when I looked, it was already the second most used one.
Yeah, we mentioned that
yeah, we
last
did, didn't
week.
we? Yes, sorry, it was last week.
It was last week already, like, let alone
it was
now.
last week, and I hate that, yeah. I think we've doubled it in the last stream alone. We just gotta believe, just as when they say people turn pale as a sheet when said character is already pale as a sheet. Or did not change colour at all, yes, good point.
Well, shall we? We might as well just ask about the Asogi paper, as we have been, like, burning bridges here anyway.
Yeah. And we're not gonna tell how we came to ken about that, are we?
No!
No, we're just gonna dob him right in, aren't we?
Seems so.
Oi, oi, oi. How'd you come to... How do you come to ken about a boot that... Oh, dear.
Hold on.
How'd you come to ken about that, then, laddie? There's no many folk, even here in the prison, who've heard of those papers. Gee.
I can't tell him about Mr. Vigil. I mean, I can't tell him Mr. Vigil taught me.
Clearly, we both read well as good. Yeah. We're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential, sir.
I didn't have my afternoon caffeine, so this is gonna go well.
Yeah, you crashed earlier on.
Yeah, I'm still crashing.
Humph.
I mean, Vigil's in big trouble. Yeah, but no more than he already is. Like, that man is...
Yeah, he's already... There was the whole impersonating a police officer thing that he's going to go down for. And that's, as Theo pointed out, if Strongheart doesn't vanish him first.
Yeah. That's,
I'm mostly just really sad for Vigil. He really didn't deserve any of this.
No. We've been led to believe that the papers are actually a last will and testament. Is that right? The professor's, or rather, Genshin Asogi's.
Aye, that's right. You're well informed, Jimmy.
Oh. Is that the end of the silent treatment? But then, after the convict's execution, it mysteriously vanished from his cell, didn't it?
Evers, no! You're off at half-cock there. I think you didn't quite get your facts straight. Oh, there's the comb again. It was there in the cell, exactly where it should have been.
Oh. Not what we heard elsewhere.
Let me just have a wee hug around in it. It's going so well. Let me just have a wee hug around in here. I'm sure I can find it. Aye, you are. See?
The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. Written with a calligraphy brush. Calligraphy, thank you. I can know how to do it.
He say that he had a pen?
Yeah, they did say a pen, so that's very sus.
A brush.
Who wrote this? And is it Judge
And why is it
Jingoku?
Jimbo? Jijoku.
Yeah, it's Jojimbo. Judge Jojimbo. Not Jigoku, it's Jojimbo now. That is somehow more terrifying. Thanks.
Yeah, I could have been. Yeah. Of course, I cannot read a word of those Japanese squiggles. But a mind it says he leaves all his worldly possessions to his son back in his homeland. It's going so badly today. You were thinking also of Jimbo from Final Fantasy X. Yeah, that's where that happened to me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct. That's the gist of it.
So these are the Asogi papers.
Aye, of course they are! Papers written by Asogi. No doubt about it! Oh, it's going to... There's no mystery here, laddie. That's your lot. After all the stramish of that slicer of an execution. We sent the man's possessions back to his clan in Japan, and that was the end of it. I think we ought to make a record of this, Mr. Naruto, just in case.
The Asogi papers have been entered into the court record. The Asogi papers. The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi that Mr. Vigil claims disappeared after the convict's execution. Apparently, Mr. Asogi described it as the only weapon I have left.
One thing for you going your way, Mr. Naruto.
Yes?
Those papers are naught to do with Gregson's death. I'd prefer it if you didn't make no mention of them outside this office, or rather, I wouldn't just prefer it. Consider it an order from the highest levels of our government.
I understand.
Well... Yeah, I'm inclined to believe Vigil more than this guy.
Aha, okay. Do you want to read the last one, Testament of Genshin Asogi?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
I, Genshin Asogi, hereby request that upon my death, any and all material possessions and wealth belonging to me in London may be delivered to my son, Kazuma Asogi, in the Empire of Japan. It is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in this foreign land in the knowledge that I will never see my homeland or family again, but I regret nothing about my chosen path.
Okay.
Sorry, and then I love that I just ever so quickly just skimmed the very first letter of the left-hand side.
Yeah,
of the
I
thing,
know right away. I was
because
like,
I was just like, no,
there must
no,
be a code in this, right?
No
like,
4-year-old poetry.
No.
Like,
no. No.
There's nothing weirdly capitalized, which
No.
would, I mean, that wouldn't work translated anyway. So. But yeah.
Well,
I don't think that's the actual thing anyway.
No. 10-year-old legacy.
That murderer's botched execution and the whole miserable escape. They were Barclay's darkest hour, a shocking embarrassment.
Because they got the conflict. It's going so well today.
Neither of us can read. It's great. I'm so happy for us.
Oh, I love this. So good. We're doing the reading game where we can't read.
Yeah.
Because the convict had a collaborator on the prison staff, you mean?
Aye, for shame. The coroner who confirmed the death of the man after his execution. What? Execution? Courtney Scythe. And my chief warder at the time, Vigil, who was in charge of the whole affair. But Mr. Vigil says he didn't know anything about it.
This is why we don't bring along the 10-year-olds.
Yes. The rascal wouldn't say otherwise, eh? More handcuffs? No! How could I say no? You can never have too much iron in your diet. That is a lie, Iris. You can absolutely have too much iron in your diet.
Good God, can
Good
ya?
God, can ya? Stay hydrated, kids.
Stay hydrated. And don't listen to your GP when they say you should keep having them when they cause problems. Too much iron. Do not do it.
When Mr. Vigil was handed his dismissal notice as a result of what had happened, he was so despairing he jumped out of your office window, didn't he? I didn't he like to see, but that's just Vigil trying to get out of it.
Sorry, Goose.
Sorry, Goose. Do you not think he wouldn't have jumped from the shock of his crimes being exposed, eh? I do.
Oh, come on!
Oh, you'll be fine!
Yeah, you wouldn't have say otherwise, though, would you? that's Reno Suit doing it.
You did well. Of course, I canna shun all responsibility myself. I shouldn't let him deceive me. Actually, there's barely anybody that kens what went on at the time now. Why, Gregson having been murdered and Dr. Scythe forbidden from having any visitors.
Oh, that's
I bet
convenient.
she's...
Oh, I hope she's coming for Strongheart, if I'm honest. It's vengefulness.
Yeah.
No visitors. Someone obviously doesn't want her giving anything away.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not going home empty-handed. And I wouldn't dream of sending you packing without Kimmer. Here, take a handcuff or two. Oh, well, it would be rude to say no. Wouldn't want to become anemic.
Sorry, I live in the UK.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. He's telling us just enough to make us more sus. Yeah, for sure. This is the sauciest sus. I suppose if there was anybody who might still ken about what happened back then, it'd be that lass from the forensic division, Maria Gorey.
Maria Gory.
Uh-huh. Hey, Scythe's daughter. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. She didn't have no more, just the one. But the wee bairns followed in her mam's footsteps. You didn't ever see her without a scalpel in her hand.
Ah.
Well, I knew she was gonna come up
Yeah.
at some point. This terrifying creature.
Yeah.
Mama, what is this?
Where did she spring from? I like her master.
Mm-hmm.
Terrifying, but... And did she just call the doctor Mama?
Yeah, as you say, terrifying, but kind of cool design.
Dr. Scythe's daughter, Maria Gory. We could do with talking to her. So, where did the name Gory come from?
Maybe it's her dad's name. No, wait, no.
Because she took on
Or
Scythe.
alternatively, she's married, and she's older than she sounds.
Well, she's married. She took on Scythe as part of her married name. Because originally...
No, maybe Gory is
Oh,
married.
Gory! Oh, I so sorry. Yeah, no, my bad. Sorry. Okay, Gory. Let's talk some more about Gory. So, she's Dr. Scythe's daughter. Oh, but her surname is Gory! Wow! Why the game being like...
Aye, there's some family history, I'm sure, but I didn't ken the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
Okay. She grew up watching her mum working with the bodies of folk who died in strange circumstances and decided to do the same with her own life. I cannot understand it myself. Perhaps she was driven by a deep respect for her mother. Perhaps. Anywho, she was in charge of Gregson's autopsy, I believe. Yeah, right.
Right, and the coroner responsible for this incomplete report...
Because if one person is sus and fabricates evidence, what we should actually do is hire their daughter.
Well,
because that's definitely going to work well.
I wonder if Strongheart is any saying this, he might have been like, well, if you do what I say, I'll do some for your mom.
A good point.
I'll help your mom out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some shit like that going
Very
around.
good point, yeah. Someone told me once that the wee lassie always loved her mam's stories about cutting up bodies. There's even the rumour that she used to listen to the funeral march as a lullaby. Just a little much. Well then, perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago.
Oh boy. Well...
I'd say there's a fighting chance at least.
Well, what we're saying is this is the most autistic child possible.
Yes.
She just has a very peculiar hyperfixation to most of us.
Mm-hmm. After all, that was a life-changing case for all of us.
We really need to speak to Miss Gory herself about this, I think. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm not happy about any part of this. It took years for Londoners to finally forget the whole professor business. Can you no give up on this, laddie? Stop asking pointless questions.
Can't do no. I'm sorry, I don't like dredging up these painful memories for everyone.
Can you no just stay away, no? Can you no just stay away, no? Leave me alone and dinna come back here, eh?
Oh yeah, just like last time.
Yeah. You do wonder if he's trying to keep us safe. Yeah, he does. He seems... I don't... Yeah.
He's kind of like, ha ha ha.
It's like, are you sus or are you actually being... I don't know.
Is he this is his after being sus.
Yeah. In some ways, this place seems to rather suit Lad Fancy... Oh, dear. Did I say that out loud?
Girl. I'm sorry,
I also love the prison cell where the defendant, Lord Fanzeeks, is being held. It's quiet, and the light from the candle is dim, but there's little chance of sleeping. Like, what is that supposed to mean? I don't...
What is that supposed to mean, game? What is that supposed to mean?
Is it because everybody keeps coming along and being like, hello, I'm going to throw buns at you. Oh yeah, we all threw buns at Fanzeeks in the prison zoo.
You'll let me know if you want any of these. Yes.
Any of what?
These guys.
What are they? Oh no, it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. They're giving us just enough to hope we'd be satisfied with the answers and wouldn't dig further. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like either he knows that if we dig too far we'll be in trouble, or he'll be in trouble. I don't know. Oh hello. Why are we back here?
The game was all like, are you sure you said asked everything you need to ask?
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. See?
Oh.
So maybe we need to show him something.
Maybe we need to... So what do we need to...
Oh!
Yeah!
His daddy's will.
Duh! I cannot believe that I was just like, what have we possibly got that we need to show him? Huh?
Kazuma. What do you make out of this?
There's only one place where defense lawyers and prosecutors should discuss evidence. The courtroom. So it seems you're still confused by the situation. That's what I make of it.
Okay. I get the feeling my friend's always going to have the edge over me, isn't he? Okay.
Well, he's a bit... Is that really genuinely not what we were supposed to show him? Maybe a photograph of all of us together? Because it's not evidence.
Oh my god, should we just do it for shits and giggles, see what happens?
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
no!
What do you make of this?
What?
Okay.
Okay, well... Why?
What do we still have to ask him?
Yeah, he should be going at it like a hound, like legitimately.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
I don't think I missed anything. I mean, it's easier to check now that
now that you don't have the hideous lag, yeah. Oh, we also learned that Fanzeeks hauls those wine barrels around himself.
Yes. This is how he show Bob,
have we actually checked the... Yeah, we did check the chalices. Huh. Yeah, and we reckoned that... Again, and Doodles reckoned that his uniform was actually like the normal size once, and then he pulled so many wine barrels around that now his uniform is skin tight.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see anything.
No.
It's like, okay.
I'm so confused.
Well, okay, game. I don't care. Bye.
Do we have anything Do we want to just triple check? Is there anything in the conversations with the Sogi that could lead on to what we've just learned?
I mean, no.
Like your father, maybe?
There would have been a new thing, I think. Like,
With
if
them?
there was anything new, yeah.
Do you want to just click through it? Just in case?
It's never happened like that before. but
Okay.
We can
Well,
try.
I mean, it's still saying that we haven't talked about everything.
That is true. Your father. Yeah, let's try your father, Genshin.
Well, I'll just click through it and see.
See
Your dream, and then we have the flashbacks.
This time with smooth tentacles.
Yeah.
Time! 16 years ago.
Flashbacks. Woo woo woo. Blah blah blah.
Just a boy, telegram, memory, justice. Gentleman, we've been taken. Ikotoba.
No mine.
Suicide person,
This
good.
is good. Blah blah blah. Yeah. I don't know. I just
Yes. Yeah.
the photo of us counts as evidence to him. Yeah. No, I know, right?
Ah.
I think it's just because it's like the default.
Yeah, it seems to be like on
response,
everything.
no,
yeah.
nothing there. But
That
was the letter. What did it say?
The
Mass murderer.
yeah.
Oh no.
Wow.
No. Okay.
Okay, well,
It's so strange.
go poke van Zieks.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Show Van Ziek's the thing, like the will.
Oops.
We could show him the photograph just to show him like what fun we're having without him. What's that?
It's just something I was hoping to ask your opinion about. That's all.
It's a serious crime for the defense to attempt to extract information from the prosecution by illegal means.
I think we have more of a defense and client relationship now, don't we? Okay.
I'm back now. I definitely want to wave the photograph at him. Look, we had a lot of fun in a hotel. We drank tea. How's the tea in prison? Do you enjoy Sholmes throwing buns at you?
Okay, so he doesn't want to talk either.
I'm just so confused. Why it's like, are you sure we've asked everything we needed to? Like, what else could we have done?
Yeah, Daddy is no longer here still. I don't want to go to Stronghold.
No.
Sholmes back home yet? Nope, nothing here. What if we go to our own legal?
Go click.
Oh! Okay! We just had to go home.
Okay.
Alright!
Cool.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah, no, what to do!
Yeah.
Thanks!
What to do? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? It's rather unusual to find ourselves here in the middle of our investigations with the shovel.
It's just occurred to me that I might have forgotten something when we left this morning.
Please don't worry. As long as you continue to investigate thoroughly, you won't go far wrong.
Oh, yes, of course! I must get back to work as soon as possible.
If that's it, I will cry.
Time to cry!
What have we missed?
Oh wait, are we got? Wait.
What?
Oh,
What?
I can't talk to him. I was thinking maybe I
No.
could show him the Socket papers.
No. Yeah, hey look, I know you asked us not to do this, but we did it.
Yeah, well, we already
What do you
traumatized
think
him.
of this? Yeah, quite.
Can't do that. What the fuck? It really is trying to get us to talk to Kazuma.
Yeah, and I just can't think what else.
Clearly not. Like, clearly... Okay, I clearly must present him something. No, I refuse to believe otherwise. But what have we found that, like, is new? Nothing.
I mean, have we actually shown him the photograph of his dad with fancy. No,
it's not
wait,
in my.
It's not fudge.
No, we just talked
was a
about the
flashback.
flash. Well, also like I thought we were supposed to go and talk. Oh, do we think we have to talk to Thingy to go to talk to Courtney? I mean, his daughter.
Oh God.
No, he's gone.
Even.
He's gone off. Strongheart ain't here.
Is there something in the model to examine still? That's a good point, actually. The
let's try
actual
one more time.
model.
It's a very good point.
But
Sorry,
I don't.
There we go.
I don't know what it could be.
Yeah, there must be something. You're right, though. That's the only thing now. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Nothing on the table. Weirdly casting shadow windows. I don't think we have the autopsy report. Or do we? And he's also just going to be like, no.
We do have the autopsy report.
Let's try. Oh my god, Gus! You genius!
You're a genius.
This came up in the trial, didn't it? Something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time of death was recorded on Inspector Gregson's autopsy report.
Yeah, the fact that this doesn't count as evidence.
Yeah.
But his freaking father's freaking will.
Yeah.
For all I know, he'd be like, that's not my dad's handwriting. What the fuck
Yeah,
is this
I
shit?
think that would have been a very useful
You know?
thing to discuss,
Yeah.
but no!
This did not occur to me. This is the only piece, in fact, of evidence that we've actually shown him, and he's like, yeah, no, that's fine, whatever. Yes, there were some unexpected turns in the courtroom earlier. The suggestion you came up with certainly took everyone by surprise. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something.
Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped and the scorch marks on the candle, it's certainly a distinct possibility. The evidence and the scene both point to it.
To be honest, it bothered me too.
But how we this is seriously discussing details.
Yeah. So I paid a visit to the autopsy room earlier. The coroner responsible wasn't there, but I got a name. It's Dr. Gori. If it wouldn't trouble you, Kazuma-sama, we'd very much like to speak with the coroner too. And of course, the last thing I want is for anything to be brushed under the carpet. Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory is behind Lowgate Cemetery.
Lowgate by Berkeley Prison, you mean?
Ah, you know it, do you? The prison where my father was incarcerated and robbed of his life.
Well, if you just looked at the fucking papers we just waved in your face.
Yeah, right?
Sir.
Kazuma-sama.
Well, thank you. We'll pay a visit to the laboratory later today. That's...
You know, if Goose hadn't been a genius,
I would have been going through every single piece there.
We would have been here for hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rinosuke, I want to thank you.
What for?
For this. You safeguarded the soul of the Asogi clan.
Well, it is a famous sword that's been in your family for generations. My only slight regret is that I never got a chance to draw it before I returned it to you.
Karuma is said to have been forged by a master swordsmith during the Sengoku Warring States period. I come from a long lineage of warriors, many of whom were expert swordsmen.
Well then, you're a chip of the old block, I'd say.
This blade, Karuma, is the symbol of the Asogi clan's honor and might. Apparently, one of my father's apprentices even took the blade's name for a surname.
Really? Karuma? It does sound formidable, that's for sure.
Why does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, I know. I was like,
16 years ago, when my father was a visiting student here in London, he had this sword forever at his side. Which is why it means so much to me that I have it by my side again now too. Oh, hello, Kinado. I hope your Christmas party's going well as well.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Karuma Kazuma, maybe, I guess. But, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's not, no, it's not like the surname of anybody in the future, is it?
I don't think so. Oh my god, he's actually smiling. He seems to be a bit more like our old friend right now.
My god. They provided several bottles of red and white wine and coffee, so you'll be good for the evening. That's, yeah. You catch me not being on the coffee the whole time. I hope no workplace drama happens. That's my wish for you.
I think, and this might be, I think, they changed it up a little bit. I think Karma. Oh, considering
Karma.
It's Karma and his last.
Shit, yeah, that's really funny.
I think that is
potentially Karma. Yeah.
Yeah, because
as
of
in
the
Vom.
Possibly, like that's what we're thinking of, but because the case name, I think that's kind of what they're going for.
Yeah. That's kind of fun. And that is all thanks to you. Thanks for looking up.
Oh, Karuma is in fact the Japanese name for Von Karma.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's just really funny and also.
Well, your descendants are pieces of shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. He's not in no relation.
I mean, no. The person who took on the name, their descendants are a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an honor. Emotional music has stopped.
Now, I have preparations to make for tomorrow. Perhaps I said a little too much.
Kazuma, you've changed.
No, Ryunosuke, I haven't changed at all. It's you who's changed.
I can completely understand your resentment of Lord Van Zieks given what happened. But the fact is, those events and his case are, well...
Unrelated? Is that what you want to say? How can you be so sure?
What do you mean?
Never mind. That man is the Reaper, and it's for that reason that the Inspector was killed. I'm going to prove as much in court tomorrow, by whatever means necessary.
I can't let you do that, Kazuma.
I know you'll do what you have to as a lawyer, but I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in the courtroom.
I would expect nothing less.
Incorrect buzzer sound. Until tomorrow, then, in the Old Bailey.
Okay.
That's not what lawyers are for.
A new location has been added. Okay. Now we can go to the forensic laboratory, because first we have to talk to Kazuma about it, because before that we didn't know where it was, even though we did.
Even though, yeah, we've been told like 7 million times that the... I see that she's taken over...
She's redecorated a bit?
Yeah. So, this is the Manic Pixie coroner. I see. If this was a couple, I mean, maybe 100 years later, we'd have Jack Skellington plushies everywhere. But it's definitely, she's definitely got... I just wish this tunnel room thing didn't have that damp on it. Yeah, left the same bloodstains on the table. I think they might be painted on with nail polish for effect. I reckon that's nail polish on stainless steel. Actually, did stainless steel exist? I think maybe not, but that definitely looks like it's supposed to be stainless steel. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna let you look that up.
Yeah, I have to know. When was stainless steel invented? 1913!
That's
1913.
Soon.
Show.
That checks out.
Harry Brearley of Sheffield, which makes sense. UK discovered rustless steel, although there had been many prior attempts. But Brearley has been credited with inventing the first true stainless steel, which had a 12.8% chromium content. He had added chromium to molten iron to produce a metal that did not rust.
Hit the learning channel again.
Yes. Yeah. So, potentially, so they do say there had been many prior attempts. So this could be an early non-stainless steel.
Yeah, that makes
potentially.
sense.
Yeah. But even so, you can't get nail polish off that shit. So.
This place really is creepy, isn't it?
Well, being a dead room, it's probably full of the spirits of the dissected.
But actually, there's a rather pleasing scent of roses in the air.
Well, being a dead room, the coroner probably needs a bowl scent like that to mask the odour of death.
Iris, do you think we could change the subject?
No.
Get over it! Also, is that like a knitting basket?
Looks like it.
I like the cat.
Do you think she knits all the dolls herself?
Oh my god, I think one of them looks like her mask. There's a cat
yeah,
on
like
the bottom
the
left.
plague doctor one, right?
Oh,
I see the cat. I see the cat next to the bandaged head lady.
I think she got style, this chick. I like what she's done.
Yeah, honestly. And, this smelt apparently dreadful, like formaldehyde last time
Yeah, exactly.
we were here.
So, you know.
So... what was that?
It sounds like somebody sharpening a pencil on the actual stream sound.
Well, that's cool. Okay, we just couldn't see her there, apparently.
Dr. Gory?
What?
That noise before.
I was sharpening my tools. I'd be dead meat if I didn't keep a perfectly keen edge on them.
Right.
When following the collagen fibers in the dermis, an expertly sharpened scalpel cuts like cheese. Would you like a demonstration? Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see.
Fucking love Iris.
Iris honestly is kind of a mood, if I'm honest.
Then I think you'll do nicely.
Huh? No, I wouldn't do nicely at all. I mean, maybe some other time. Was that a taunt? Well, we came here to ask questions, so... I want to examine first. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to check this out first. I hope you get this in. This looks different to before.
Of course, Mr. Narodi. Miss Gory is a young maiden. She has all sorts of charming little dolls and the like around her place of work. Look.
Oh yes, you're right. Perhaps she's not so strange after all.
Know how I practice.
Sorry?
Mama always says that operations and dissections require speed and accuracy. So I take out my needle and thread and stitch 3 new dolls every day.
Does that mean I could be a coroner?
I was just
Do you
about
think,
to
do you think, to be fair, a lot of the time my desk does actually look like plush graveyard, like plush serial killer territory.
Yeah.
And there was that one time when I was trying to see whether or not I could over dye colours with acrylic dyes, and I just had a load of unicorn horn type shaped claw things on my desk that had been dip dyed, and it looked like I was a big game plush hunter. So yeah, coroner, yippee.
Right.
I used to make livers or kidneys or intestines, but Mama told me to make something more friendly instead. That's quite different to what I'd imagined.
Well. Oh, this chunk is a special. A table and a set of sharp tools.
Oh, apparently
Okay,
I guess
no.
it's that thing in front of it. Boo, hiss.
Yeah, when you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing?
It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. That's Mama's dissection table. It's too high for me, though.
It is?
If I fell from that height in my sleep, it would really hurt. What? You mean you sleep in here? Autopsy work is very involved. It's usually too late to think about going home when I'm finished. But I have bad dreams when I sleep here, and I always end up falling onto the floor. So I'd like to exchange that table for a lower one.
Maybe you should just go home. Are we letting these children do this work exactly? Strong heart, I have some...
This is London. Child labour is perfectly acceptable in this day and age. Thank you very much.
Look at all the bottles on the shelves in these cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals.
These ones here are labelled highly toxic.
That's worrying. Because there are also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there.
Oh, yes! And they actually say salt and pepper on them.
I remember this from before, and it's still funny.
The doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has her meals here sometimes.
Life goes on, even when you're surrounded by death.
That seems like a really silly conversation to have after we've just established she sleeps in here.
Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. Cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers really are very skilled, aren't they?
It's 10 people.
Pardon?
It's made from the bones of 10 different people, all mixed together. Some of my best work.
I was admiring the case, actually. The scary skeleton inside is something I intend to ignore as best as I can.
It's cute that her mother kept a skeleton that she'd made inside her office.
It's a good point, actually. It's like, oh, look at my child made this. It's the same thing,
it's like putting it on the fridge.
Yeah!
You're strange. I wonder who is the strangest.
Yeah.
Bird.
That looks like an owl and a crow up there.
I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here.
Well, no, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Narado.
I was afraid you were going to say that. I've been trying very hard to tell myself they're just sleeping with their eyes open.
Yes, I think perhaps you were wise to put something like your Daruma doll on display in the office instead.
Oh, that's the wrong...
Nothing particularly of note except the brains in the jars.
There we go. This large jar seemed to have pale things floating around inside them. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something, or like the pickled umeboshi plums we make back at home.
Yes, let's assume they are something completely innocent like that. Ah, that jar you're looking up at up there contains monkey brains. Oh my. The composition is similar to the human brain, so they make for interesting study material. And in the next jar along, we have monkey...
No more monkey anythings, please.
If you say so. Oh dear. The time when I still thought it was just some pickled umeboshi plums seems so long ago already.
Oh, come on, Susato. You knew for a fact that was not plums.
I think she was very excited, thinking she could fool herself for a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, well...
Time to converse.
Time of death. This is very threatening, this
is.
This current screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this had been another game, I thought we were going to be dying any second now, if I'm honest.
If this was a survival horror game, this is a boss battle.
Yeah. Time of death. We have actually met before. I'm a lawyer, if you remember.
You're not dead yet.
What?
So Mama said I wasn't to cut you open. She's so strict about things like that.
Well, good. Dr. Scythe has some scruples, at least.
Oh dear. It looks like she's not interested in talking to us. For the time being, anyway.
For the time being? You mean until we die? I hope that's way off. I mean, the thing is, I actually would trust this
Yeah,
chick.
she's very into her job,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, but I wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. Surely there's some less dramatic way of making her listen.
Maybe show her. Can we show her the autopsy report?
Yeah, yeah, we definitely are going to ask her about that. Come on, can I?
Oh, we can't.
Wait, no, I clicked the wrong one.
Oh.
What I should be doing is going back here, going to present.
Oh, present.
Yeah, I forgot. We're not in court.
No, I forgot about
so I
that
have to
too.
do it this way.
I think it's interesting that you have two different ways of doing it.
Dr. Gory, we actually came here to ask you about this.
He was very good.
Good? Sorry?
His skin didn't snag my blade once, and very little mess. His joints dislocated easily, and his muscle tissue was a pleasure to work with.
We can skip those details. But there is one thing about the report that's caught my attention. You don't seem to have recorded the time of death.
That's not my fault.
Oh, that made me jump.
Then please tell us what happened.
This is so much worse. So much worse!
Now I definitely feel like I'm about to get into a boss battle.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going to start throwing planets at me, do you think?
Yes, I think that's like very likely. So why doesn't this autopsy report include the victim's time of death then? It's really the most crucial detail. Oh, okay, thank you.
I was told not to write it.
What? By whom?
Mel Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice. He came here.
Wow! I am very surprised, but this chick is also autistic, and she would just straight up tell the truth. You ask her, she's like, Lord Strongheart came.
He said that from the witness statements about the gunshot and the other evidence, it was obvious. The man clearly died at 5 p.m. on the 1st of November, when the gunshot was heard. But that's not the time of death you wrote on the report. You didn't write anything. Was there some reason you didn't include it?
Uh-huh. Dr. Gory, if you're hiding something under Lord Strongheart's instructions, then sooner or later you're going to go the same way as your mother.
Low blow.
Correct.
Give it here, then.
What's she scribbling so furiously?
There.
You've written?
What? What's she written? Tell us!
Undeterminate.
But...
The details of the autopsy report have been updated in the court record. According to the coroner, Dr. Gory, an accurate estimation of the time of death is not possible. Yeah. Yeah, that's for mums. It's mumsy. I refuse to believe otherwise. Indeterminate. What do you mean by that? Why was the time of death indeterminate?
when the specimen was brought in, it was still fresh. So the time of death could easily have coincided with when the gunshot was heard. But there was one small discrepancy.
What discrepancy?
There was some fried fish in the pocket of the specimen's overcoat. And that fish had started to rot.
Uh-oh.
Was he kept in a fridge? No, except the fish was...
What?
Like, how the hell could the fish have started to go bad, but Gregson...
I guess he went to a really bad chippy and that's what killed him.
I guess so, yeah. Explosive stomachache? Yeah, if he was kept alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Yeah, killed later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially held hostage. Killed, dumped there.
And that he couldn't get to this pocket watch to wind
Yeah,
it. And
exactly.
couldn't eat his fish. I told him. Haven't we told him this whole time that he shouldn't be putting it in his pocket? And then killed shortly before Van Zeeks showed up. Yeah, you're right. That is pretty much the only way that could have happened, right?
Yeah, I think so. What?
If the victim liked fried fish, he presumably liked to eat it before it went off.
Well, yes. Are you really trying to say?
It's possible that somebody tried to manipulate the apparent time of death.
Manipulate the... Is that even possible to do?
Theoretically, if you were to chill the body in ice, you could delay the onset of putrefaction. And if the overcoat wasn't on the body at the time...
Then already the fish would have started to rot.
With today's science, it's not yet possible to determine if the body was chilled or not.
But today's science is advanced enough to let you freeze a corpse, it seems.
It is even more fucked up, right?
Yeah.
The thing that gets me is, like, presumably, yeah, this was before you could tell what was in somebody's stomach.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because if he died with fish in his stomach, undigested, and potato,
Mm-hmm.
then, you know, he was, like, dead earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and presumably he wouldn't have eaten the rotting fish unless he literally had to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter.
But surely, to chill a corpse like that would require an enormous electrical refrigerator. And I don't imagine many households in London are equipped with such a device. No, definitely not. But maybe in a factory or some other special place.
Which was also another typo.
I don't recall seeing any factories or such like on Fresno Street, though.
Some other special places. I suppose. No, that's not a
No.
typo. No.
I was gonna say,
A
that's...
factory or some other types of special place.
Yeah.
Technically, I wouldn't have pluralized it like that, but I
No.
think I see what they were going for.
Yeah.
I wonder if the inspector's body had been chilled somehow. What might the actual time of death have been? I couldn't say for sure. But at the most, it might have been a day earlier.
No.
In other words, it would corroborate your previous deduction, Mr. Naruhodo. That Inspector Gregson was killed a day before his body was discovered at a different location. Yeah, that fish really rots fast. Like, rotting already, a day afterwards.
Usually it's like, at worst it might have a tiny bit of mold, I would have assumed.
What?
Like,
Mold? In a day?
yeah,
What fish are you eating?
I don't know.
Even out of the fridge? Fish and chips?
Yeah, no, true.
Battered fish?
You know, battered fish, you're right. It would just be a bit gross, but
Yeah.
slimy, yes.
Dry and maybe, like, dry on the outside.
Yeah, dry
or,
or
like,
slimy.
Yeah, maybe a little slimy where the batter touched it,
Mhm.
depending on the type of fish.
Yeah,
English fish actually might be more likely to go slimy than dry.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Dutch would go dry.
Dry, yeah, for sure.
But mold, really? Unless his coat was kept in the sewers, yeah.
Only, yeah,
But yeah, no, rotting already is a lot.
yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe a little pungent.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what she means. It was
Yeah.
stinky, babes.
yeah. Did you inform Long Strongheart of this possibility?
He simply said that there were no electrical refrigerators of that size in the vicinity.
Yeah, if his coat was kept somewhere warm. I can't remember. I think this is November?
Yes, November.
So,
I think the 3rd of November or something. I forget now, but yeah.
Yeah, either way. It would have to have been actually heated by like fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rot just sounds like mold to you. I think, yeah, the difference between mold and rot, like rot is usually just when it starts kind of going gross.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily.
You're not literally
actively
rotting.
Growing.
Yeah. Basically, it's gone off.
It's gone off! Yeah.
In a way that's like properly nasty and not just, I was a bit old fish, isn't it? Basically, I think that's what we're going for here.
Yeah. November would be pretty cold, but I feel like if you've been kept outside, I don't know, the fluctuation. Not cold enough, I think, to actively chill a body, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's snowy, which I don't think it is.
I don't think so, no.
Because they also very specifically said a refrigerator and not in like an ice house or something.
Yeah, that's a really good point, yeah. Because ice houses were still things at this time,
Ice houses were very much still things at this point, yeah. As far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
They would often use them, I think, at the same time as their fancy pants refrigerators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which were very large but very small inside. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just thinking, that was all.
I mean, it probably was something like a really cold basement for a day, but I feel like to delay the actual onset of death symptoms in a body, that would have to be pretty cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she is young, but I'm going to assume that we're supposed to imply that she's good at her job.
Yeah, this is like, she would not be wrong. Levels of like, she's too obsessed with her job.
That's true.
Oh yes, one other thing. It's something the governor of Berkeley Prison told us. He said that your mother, Dr. Scythe, was responsible for confirming the death of the professor after his execution.
You were just trying to think of a different way. You know, I agree. Yeah. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. I was just trying to think around it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The professor.
Apparently, you always enjoyed listening to your mother's stories about her work, so we were wondering if you might know something about what happened 10 years ago.
That's not all Mama did.
Sorry?
My Mama carried out the autopsy of Clint Van Zieks as well.
I like how her eyes have gone all sparkly.
Yeah.
She's like, oh!
She's like, oh, it's amazing.
I kind of
autopsy. Yeah, I
kind of love this chick.
Yeah. She's also definitely inherited her mother's good looks.
Yes.
And she's definitely a fan of her mother, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe future cosplay idea. Yeah, honestly, it's a great look.
Yeah,
I also
love the
little
butterfly.
butterfly.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's like your little butterfly belt. Like, what? Really? The brother of Lord Van Zieks?
Probably itching to do Van Zieks too. I agree. Van Zieks, yes.
The professor's final victim.
The idea of carrying out an autopsy on a member of the aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted, and it was miraculously authorized. That detective being Inspector Gregson, of course.
Quite an accomplishment for one man.
That autopsy provided the vital clue needed to arrest the killer. And Mama was there for that historic event.
What does this all mean?
You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here in this very room.
I mean, I imagine this would be a tourist attraction if I'm perfectly
These
honest.
days, for definite.
Yeah.
The professor and Clint Van Zieks.
Sorry for sharp snapping noise. There we go.
You hand creaming.
No.
Definitely not.
They both spent their final moments before their burial on that dissection table there. So this lab, Mama's lab, was instrumental in some of the country's most important events.
Very normal.
So where in this lab do you reckon the papers are?
That's a good question, actually. She really is proud of her mother. I wonder if you tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Gory.
In the chandelier. Yeah, good idea. In one of the knives.
Rolled up like a candle. Yeah.
But not a firecracker candle.
The confirmation of death of Clint's... Oh, now let's talk about Clint's autopsy. She was so excited to talk about it.
She was. It would be rude to change the subject now, right?
Yeah. You mentioned the autopsy of Clint Van Zieks.
It was at a time when carrying out autopsies of murder victims was very unusual. It's still not a practice that's observed in our country, even now. It turned out that he was the professor's final victim, and when the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as the secondary assistant.
Oh.
And who was in charge of that? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Gee whizzes.
I am very surprised. The person leading the procedure was called Dr. John H. Wilson. That's right, my daddy.
Oh no.
And there was one other person present. The primary assistant.
Somebody else's daddy? Do you think?
Do you think it could be?
Do you think it could be Susato's daddy? Oh! Or alternatively, it's Judge Goku, God knows.
Or, what's his face?
Oh, Genshin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but I think
he was justice, not medical.
No, it's true. Yeah, it was just Mikotoba who was.
Yeah, I think it was just Mikotoba who was, and then Jigoku and Genshin were both
judicial law peoples. Yeah.
He was a visiting student from the Far East.
Wait, a visiting student?
It must have been my father, Eugene Mikotoba.
I had no idea Professor Mikotoba had been involved in something so important.
But the outcome of that historic autopsy was the discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor.
So that's how they came to identify Genshin Asugi as the infamous mass murderer. Do you happen to know anything about that piece of evidence? Can you tell us more?
Would you like to see the records for yourself?
Would that be alright?
What's the point of keeping records if people can't look at them? They're filed under V at the back of those cupboards, with the other records from the last decade.
You fucking stupid British!
Should be filed under Z. Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, Van Zieks?
Van Zieks. The man with the van.
That's strange.
What, Mr. Naruhodo?
They aren't here. There's nothing under Van Zieks.
There must be.
Perhaps somebody took them away?
Have you tried Z?
No, no one's allowed to take documents related to the professor case out of this room. But you're right, they're gone.
Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember?
Yeah, probably Strongheart did, I don't know.
It was... Oh, yes. I remember now. It was 2 years ago. A consulting detective... That bitch!
Sholmes!
Sholmes! A consulting detective came one day saying that he'd like to see the records.
He probably filed them under Z.
It's like, no, we must
Nope.
use this system instead. Yeah, depending on the country, they'll file it under V or Z.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, in this country, the lowercase v is supposed to be treated as the in a title or a name.
Yes.
Meaning
yet-
it should be filed under Z.
Yeah. But
But catch people ever doing that.
like at the
But to
time,
be fair, catch people ever ignoring the in titles of books. They do it more
sorry.
often than they...
oh my god, seriously?
I've seen in like university libraries.
Oh my god.
Like in the university library, 9 times out of 10, so many of the books would be misfiled under T. And it was like, but how do you think that this works? How exactly do you think this system works? Because we might as well just have the entire library, just the T section at this point. I think to be
Sorry.
fair, what did you?
Going to the cable, I was like, no.
No,
Okay.
1 million entries under the T. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
I
so.
I think it was just one person, honestly,
who was
who was just like a
Yeah.
an assistant, student librarian type thing.
Yeah,
And given that it was basically an art campus, that one, because like the university was supposed to be Plymouth University, but the arts campus was still in Exeter at that point. They've moved it all over now. So it was literally just illustration, graphic design, and photography.
Yeah.
We were all just in one little building in Exeter for some reason.
Yeah.
So our library was just like,
Oh. No.
there was a lot of art students rather than actual like library students and shit doing the anyway. She touched you the cable.
She touched the cable, yeah.
No Fantique's reactions to you doing that. Wouldn't it be a shame if someone were to have a button for that?
Yeah, I do in fact have a button for that, and like I could, like I think honestly this is the correct
I
reaction.
think so too. Yeah.
Thank you. Can doodles.
Thank you so much.
I do very much in fact have a
Uh-huh.
you know what, he can just hang around here in the corner for
Honestly, yeah.
now. It's like we're talking about his brother, we're like,
Yeah, it's fine.
and Sholmes stole the
Sholmes stole my record, my brother's autopsy records. Sholmes. Herlock bloody Sholmes.
Oh, you don't mean.
The man who came earlier on to my jail cell and threw buns at me has my brother's autopsy records, and I'm supposed to be okay with this. Well, I'm not. Herlock Sholmes was his name.
Deep down, I knew that was coming.
Do you think he stole the records?
Oh, no, surely not, Iris. That can't be right, can it?
Iris? She knows! She knows
like,
this man!
Oh, knowing Hurley, probably yes.
Confirmation of death.
The professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in attendance at Berkeley Prison's execution chamber and sign the certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mama is the best coroner in the world, you know. I was so proud of her.
But the execution didn't actually take place.
No, and worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know. Oh dear, you found out recently, you mean? I believed in her, in Mama, but now I wonder if I'm starting down the same path as her.
You mean because she omitted the time of death on his autopsy report, on this autopsy report, but But that's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it.
Just like Mama. I'm sure she was coerced by somebody too.
Yes, that's my feeling as well.
And there's no doubt that there were powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution couldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been in on it as well. The big man with the little handcuffs. According to what he told us, he was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it. Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing.
Just who was behind that jailbreak all those years ago? Yeah, well.
Bruno, I hope you don't mind, but
What is it, Iris?
I've just remembered something very important I have to do. I'm going to have to leave you now. Oh, this is very sudden, Iris.
Are you going to hunt Sholmes?
I think she's going to hunt papers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come with you then. Oh, no! No. There's no need. You and Bruno can take your time here. Bye for now then. Good luck.
What are you going to do? Call up cab?
Wait a minute, little girl. Me? I remember. Now, you've been here before, haven't you?
Have you, Iris?
Did Iris take the papers because her daddy worked on them?
Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen then, too.
That's the way it usually works. Yes.
Was I? I really don't remember. Anyway, sorry. But I must dash.
Wait, Iris.
I'll brew up a pot for you when you get home.
Yeah, Iris
Yeah.
definitely knicked it.
Yeah. What's the matter with her? She's behaving really strangely all of a sudden. Well, in that case, we won't keep you any longer either.
And that's why you don't take 8-year-olds with you to coroner's offices.
Yeah, or 10-year-olds.
Well, I mean, she was 8 when
I
she...
know.
It's been quite a while since I had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer it if you were ready for dissection.
I can't make any promises. Sorry. It's a bit strange that the records of Clint Van Zieks' autopsy have disappeared. But I think we've asked all we came to ask now.
Yeah, I think her design's really cool.
Yeah. Like, full stop, I kinda love her. Like, the fact she's just returned to work.
Yeah.
She also seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is Kazuma, prosecutor.
Cosplay group when?
Yeah. Who wants to be Sholmes?
Hi, I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll make a great Sholmes.
I just stand in the corner, like, looking sus.
I believe in you.
Wear a nice red wig.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yep, I have to be redhead Sholmes.
Aw.
For sure.
Where's Iris?
She said you remembered it had something she had to do. She didn't say she had to be at home.
No, I know.
Also, she doesn't live necessarily in that room, but...
Go back
Okay,
to
apparently
Fresno.
we have to go to
Well,
Fresno Street.
Okay,
What?
game.
Do you think Sholmes is there?
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
it's the 2nd of November, not the
That's
3rd.
what we thought,
My
yeah.
bad.
Does Iris live with Sholmes? Yes, she's his roommate.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we
Yeah.
doing this slow pan?
We have to look at the sad man staring out the window longingly.
So longing.
The police are still busy investigating in here then.
Gross.
But Gina's nowhere to be seen. Where is she?
Yes, it's been blissfully quiet, hasn't it?
That's very rude, Rinosuke.
Perhaps she's out investigating on her own, practicing what her boss taught her.
Well, I expect she'll be back before too long. Shall we wait?
It's the opening of a music video. Yeah, actually, it did have that vibe, didn't it?
It did. Actually, there's the trunk there. I don't remember that. There's something different about this room since the last time we were here, isn't there? Yeah, there's a green trunk!
We could always use the time to investigate more thoroughly.
Yeah, why it's trying to... I feel like it's kind of dragging this out.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay, here we go. We haven't checked out. This little trunk wasn't here before, was it?
Oh, it appears to be made of metal. It must be very heavy. I wonder to whom it belongs. There are some initials on the outside. Look, T.G.
Tobias Gregson, I assume?
Yeah. Let's ask one of the policemen if they know how it came to be here.
Well, I mean, they haven't got eyes, so they probably haven't.
There we go.
Oi! What do you think you're doing?
Maybe, probably. Yeah, we go.
That's my trunk, that is. Hands off!
It's kind of her colours.
I mean, yeah. But her name's not the Ginny, is it?
Gina!
But where were you hiding?
I dunno. You leave something unattended for a few seconds and every Tom, Dick and Harry's got his greedy eyes on it.
Just a wild guess, Gina, but
What? Spit it out, Odo.
is it fair to say that you've only owned that trunk since this morning's trial?
What? What are you trying to say? Come on, this trunk goes with me everywhere. Always has. Where have you been the last year?
Trying not to incur your wrath, mainly.
She still does look taller.
Yes.
Like, I don't think she actually is, having looked at her icon. I mean, having looked at her when I was uploading videos.
It's
earlier
literally the
on.
coat, isn't
I
it?
think it is the coat. Like, she just looks taller somehow. But
Yeah.
I don't think she is. I don't know. Same
What?
duck hat.
Okay, let's talk about your boss, Eve.
Yeah, the boss.
You should hear them talking at the yard now. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all them bludgers.
You mean the whole Reaper thing?
It's weird how that got out, isn't it? I wonder who mentioned that to anybody.
Yeah.
6, here we go.
Apparently, the boss was investigating stuff that no one else at the yard knew nothing about. Stuff to do with all them criminals what got off scot-free.
Yes, the ones prosecuted by Lord Van Zeeks, who used bribery and corruption to evade conviction.
Yeah, well, and obviously, it was that blooming Reaper giving the orders, wasn't it?
But, why would people be suspecting Inspector Gregson of being involved in the killings?
Well, there was a notebook hidden in his office.
Oh no. This doesn't sound good.
It had details about all the crimes that have been pegged as the Reaper's work.
What?
No. Did you see it, Gina? Did you see the notebook? What did you think of it? Wasn't it dismal? Very depressing. They wouldn't flaming let me, 'cause I'm just an apprentice, apparently. But it was me who found it, and he was my boss. That's right. Yeah. I was pretty miffed about it, so I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway. Oh,
That's our Gina. Secret notebook. So you managed to see what was written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you?
way I see it, it's my right to read what he wrote. And what had he written, Gina? Dates, times, places, names, and a long list of them. All details about the bludgers supposed to have been done in by the Reaper. But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps it was a record of the Inspector's investigations into the Reaper's activities. Exactly! That's what I said! That's the first thing you think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognised anyway.
Well, the Reaper's targets were almost exclusively known leaders of London's criminal underworld.
Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd.
At the end of the list, you mean?
I'm pretty sure the date against it was 31st of October. Oh, the day before the inspector was found dead.
So, what was the odd name?
It weren't like a name I've ever seen before. It was something like, nah, it's no good. I can't remember it. I don't think it was an English name. Put it that way. Oh dear. Oh dear. What a pity. Oh, it was something else too. I don't know if it matters, but the same name kept coming up over and over. Shin, it was. Don't suppose it means anything, but...
Did you say Shin?
Eh? What? Well, it does mean something.
Lord Van Zieks knew the name too. He mentioned her as well.
It's the very subtly named Assassin.
The woman who actually did the deeds. And now we find out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. Well, your investigations. We haven't seen you for a while, have we, Gina?
Well, of course not. I've been busy, ain't I? Investigating and that. Lads at the yard are trying to trace the boss's movements day before it happened.
The day before. That would be the undercover investigation into the Red-Headed League then.
Well, only the boss didn't go, did he? You found some cove what was pretending to be him, didn't you, Odo?
Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on 9th Street that day, posing as Gregson.
Well, anyway, you ain't the only one turning stuff up. I've got my own ways of getting results.
There he is.
There he is.
When me and me partner here get together, there's nothing we can't track down. Oh, little Toby. He's such a faithful friend.
So, have you tracked anything down then?
What do you think, eh? Course we have. I can't tell you though, police business, innit?
Anyway, oh,
Anyway, the point is, if you lot ever need any help, you know who to turn to, right? Me and the Hellhound here.
right. Because he looks oh so hellish. Honest. The Hellhound! Gina, about your Hellhound there.
Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's the pride of the force, he is. In Japanese, police dog means something quite different and not altogether nice to those involved in crime.
I don't know what that is and I'm not going to look it up. Hope that helps.
But here in Britain, it's a wonderful compliment, it seems. For a canine, at least.
It should be. After all, in the Great Exhibition case the other day, it was Toby here who managed to locate Drebber's workshop.
Maybe it's time for another demonstration of what this super dog can do, eh?
Do we have something the Chief Inspector could catch the scent of, I wonder? The wig? Thought that wasn't really used in
No, because Gregson didn't use it.
the watch. The watch might.
Yeah, the watch would be on him at all times.
Also,
Maybe the gun.
or the
To identify whose gun it could be, maybe? But, like, why would he? No. But yeah, the wig was
the wig
on
was
Vigil.
The revolver. Actually, let's try the gun for a second.
Oh, I guess not.
Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this. Oh, look at her go!
Ooh.
The Chief Inspector said woof to that, Odo.
Yes, I heard.
I think perhaps that particular item didn't excite him very much.
But aren't we happy that we did this?
Ain't he got nothing else?
I'm okay with getting the wrong items here.
Yeah.
I'll have a think. Okay. Oh,
Okay,
no,
we're
no.
doing the whole thing again? Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. No, now I'm...
Oh, you want to see another demonstration of his amazing nose, eh? Well, we're trying to trace Inspector Gregson's movements, so...
Yeah, so the watch, for sure.
Come on, Odo, what you got for him?
Okay. Let's do the watch.
Take that!
Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this.
It's so cute. I can't deal. Also, like, the screen, the vibrating screen.
Yeah. He might be a little too keen, don't you think? Oh my god!
Ah!
Yeah, small dogs do that.
Mm-hmm.
The Chief Inspector made short work of Gina there.
Woof!
Ah, look where he's gone to.
Oh my, that trunk clearly still has a very strong scent of Inspector Gregson.
No way.
Gee, no way.
In other
Couldn't be
words-
Tobias Gregson's trunk or anything.
It must have belonged to him.
I bet it's fish.
Oh, all right, it's a fair cop, I suppose.
And you nearly got away with it too.
You always talk so proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what it can achieve. Did it not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us? Yeah, that was a bit of a bloomer, wasn't it?
That's enough now then, Gina.
Eh?
I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk. The metal trunk.
It weren't like that. It just weren't.
What are you talking about?
I know what's going through that head of yours, but that ain't what happened.
Alright then. What did happen?
Well, like I said before, we were trying to trace the boss's movements. So I let Toby here have a whiff of the boss's overcoat. Then as soon as I'd done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich.
To a sandwich, not a bag of chips.
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe Gina means the witness. Ah,
Sandwich.
Beppo.
Good old Beppo. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich.
Yeah, he had it hidden between them wooden boards of his. The boss's trunk.
You mean when they heard the sound of a gunshot and all piled in here?
Exactly. He nabbed it from the scene. Goodness. Me and the Chief Inspector gave that sandwich a good grilling, and you know what he said?
I thought I might fetch a good price, and then the chap wouldn't be needing it anymore, so... But that's all I did! Nothing more! Nothing!
Bless.
Thank you.
Would you add an... Would you, Adam and Eve, the cheek of it, eh? Stealing the dead boss's stuff to flog!
So Miss Venus wasn't the only one to meddle with the scene of the crimes then?
How could they? So anyway, that's how it happened. And it's pretty decent trunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well,
Maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together.
I think Gina has more of a right to the trunk than Mr. Sandwich.
I think so too.
Okay.
I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? What are you on about? I am the police!
Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could we maybe examine it?
Yeah, alright then. Do what you want with it.
Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence.
Yeah, we're totally not pocketing it and taking it to the court with us.
Absolutely not.
Gregson's trunk has been entered into the court record.
What about his legs?
Right, like, Gory? Gory, why are the legs? Inspector Gregson's metal travelling trunk that was removed from the scene, but subsequently recovered by Gina. Oh, Toby's growling. What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden?
Mr. Naruto, be careful. It must be the trunk.
Whoa!
Oh my.
Dog attack.
That's terrifying.
Yes!
Toby! Oi, what are you doing? You're going to lick his face off. Mr. Naruto, Mr. Naruto! Gina, quickly, hail a carriage.
What?
I mean, we just got our face mauled by
I was going to say,
tiny
there
dog.
is a difference between you're going to lick his face off and please get a carriage. Like, I mean, dog slobber can be quite aggressive, but are we going to appear in court in just bandages?
Oh no!
Oh, Mr. Naruto, are you all right?
This is Otto. Oh no.
Oh, conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, to drop dead after a moderate licking by a small terrier. Most unseemly. What is or isn't seemly is irrelevant here, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so glad there's no lasting damage. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? Ah, what's this on my head? A bandage?
Sadly, we had no ice. So that's a compress of sugar water. We've got a minute and Sholmes is here. Yes, we got licked to death by Toby. And we had to be brought back. And now Sholmes is here for some reason.
Sugar water. What's in this, Sholmes? What the fuck is this actually?
Uh-huh. Sugar. That's what the little crystals are. Sugar.
Don't worry, Mr. Naruto. It's a first aid treatment that my father taught me.
Oh, thank you.
So, let us take tea when you're feeling up to it. But of course, no sugar in the patient's cup.
The bump on my head is throbbing sweetly enough. Don't worry.
Whenever you feel ready, then.
And there he is.
He's just gonna be standing here. Okay, we can let's inspect Sholmes. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Sholmes.
My dear fellow, think nothing of it. I must say I was quite startled when I heard that you'd been attacked by a dog. For a moment I feared that infamous murderer of so many had come back from the dead.
You mean the professor?
Fortunately, I see your prized throat is unscathed. That stiff, turned-up collar of yours obviously afforded some welcome protection, even.
Was I that close to death? All I really remember is the dog licking my face over and over and over again.
I hate to say it, but I think we're going to be hearing the professor a lot until the very end of the case, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you wish to avoid such troubles in future, a little mustard spread on the cheeks should do the trick. Best Sholmes can't hurt you. Scanado.
Actually, let me go to this.
I should think that would balance the sweetness of your bandage rather splendidly.
This is the defense he currently has.
Mm-hmm. Probably the worst thing you ever do. Honestly, I agree.
Okay.
It's a thing of hideous beauty.
I love it so much.
But the noise I made when Socketwrench showed it to me, you have no idea.
I guess I just need to go to the Sholmes suite.
The Sholmes suite. Do you think you can orchestrate it? So hard to try and imitate the slug's face with a normal human face. I think you did a splendid job.
I think so too. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, this is just Bansik's normal face palm.
Oh no,
bring
what's
the...
this?
Uh-oh. Iris. Why did you try and hide a dead man with a tablecloth?
What's it singing?
Huh? What?
It's German.
Oh. Oh.
Here,
I'll
here,
come
I give you the
listen.
headphones.
Okay, yeah. Try not to disturb any of your cables.
That's okay, they're safe. What's going on in here? Is that Mikotoba?
Sorry, I didn't hear a word you said. I was too busy listening to whatever is happening.
That's Mikotoba.
Is that Mikotoba? I wonder if it's Mikotoba. Yeah. Like...
Anyway, well, this is a haunting scene.
This is a very... I just want to know where Iris has hidden him with a tablecloth.
There's like stuff on the ground. Like, what on earth is going on in here? Am I having a bad dream?
It definitely does have a surreality to it, doesn't it?
Like,
is Sholmes singing, or what is happening? Ah, no, it's an old German folk song. Rather a fine rendition, I think. Was he?
That's the least of my concerns.
Iris. Too bad there isn't a detective or anything nearby that could explain things. Yeah, more like a defective, I think, actually.
Iris, what's the matter? Did somebody not like your tea? Is that what's happened here?
Who is that sprawling, I mean that, relaxed gentleman over there?
Iris? Is she even listening?
Excuse me, sir. I do apologise for troubling you whilst you're singing so merrily, but...
Oh, he's
He's
singing.
the one allegedly.
I thought it was like a weird, like...
His mouth's not moving.
No.
And he looks dead.
Would you be kind enough to explain the situation?
That does look like Mikotoba, right?
Yeah, he's also wearing, like, the mask. Like,
yeah.
Asogi's mask.
Yeah, Asogi's mask.
Well, that worked. Did it?
Did it? A crooning gentleman and a mute young girl. A rather tantalising juxtaposition.
I'm very terrified by this whole scene.
And one that appears to have incited the gods of deduction within me to find their voices too.
Oh, well, at least the singing has stopped, but now we have to listen to Sholmes' deduction.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean...
Oh. Oh no.
The strains of reasoning within me are playing now as a delightful duet. One melody sings of a reunion full of nostalgia, whilst the other is a morose theme about the great secret you're trying so desperately to conceal, Iris.
She's turned as white as a sheet.
I'm sorry. But her colour did not change at all.
So,
As usual,
You've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter.
How are you not infuriated? A man has his shoes on your sofa!
Well, I would be pretty angry, yeah.
No, this is what I'm still talking about, I suppose. Anyway.
And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel sure this gentleman's song will reach its finale. So then, to Musicland, where all is sweetness and delicacy and harmony. Pray, do enjoy Sherlock Sholmes's latest logic and reasoning spectacular.
What did we do to deserve this?
I don't know. Yeah, as you say, how is Cesato, 1, not recognising him, 2, not concerned? She should be. Before I have to do this, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm dreadfully sorry.
I cannot
There's
believe
only one
this.
explanation. The man on the couch singing German is the professor. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He's not dead at all. In fact, maybe he is dead and they just pulled him out the crate. Oh.
What did you just knock off?
What did I knock off? Okay. Apparently I've knocked off a tube of PVA glue that I didn't even know was on the shelf.
We own very normal things. Don't you? Yeah, if he's singing German with an accent. Yeah, exactly. Like, there was no native singing. And I am convinced it's Mikotoba. You can't convince me otherwise. Actually, hold on. We have the photo we took with him. I just, all of a sudden, I was like, it has to be him, right? Like, I got the hat. Hold on, I want to go back. Oh, they very cleverly draped things on top of it, so we can't compare if it's exactly his outfit. Well, it's him though. I mean, he has the moustache, for crying out loud. A moustache and a hat. But yeah, I do wonder if they've stopped him because he was going to send a telegram, right? So I wonder if like Sholmes basically brought him home and gave him copious amount of caffeine.
Caffeine?
Yeah.
Did I hear some caffeine, old chap? I'm ready.
Yeah, I was just theorizing that Sholmes has grabbed Mikotoba before he could send that telegram
Oh, good point. Yep, a lot of caffeine.
and gave him a lot
Or
of caffeine.
possibly Iris did.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah.
Iris. I don't know. They really are pulling the ooh, he's wearing a mask. Yeah, well, it fooled
Yeah.
Susato briefly as well before.
Yeah.
You'd think maybe she's never seen her father quite like this before.
I mean, yeah.
It's hard to understand, but you're pretty sure it's a strong accent. Okay.
Yeah, crinkly time.
You're just not stoppable, are you?
No, I'm hungry today, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair. It's because I didn't feed you properly.
It's because I didn't feed myself earlier in the day.
That'll do it, pig.
I'm pink.
You're
Anyway,
pig. Affectionate. Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly, he's a German with no grasp of the English language.
yeah. Now, considering German is also the medical language right now, isn't it?
Allegedly, yes.
I think
yes,
German
because
at this
the
time-
bottle was
In German.
in German, yes.
Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, you're right. So he well could know. Yeah. Remember not to feed gremlins after midnight. Well, it's 10:30, so we're okay.
I can still eat an hour and a half full of
Yep.
cookies.
An hour and a half full of cookies. Okay.
As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist.
The fact his mouth isn't moving, I'm like, no, this
Yes.
is a gramophone playing
I was gonna
somewhere.
say, that, like, it's actually really terrifying. Could they really have not just animated his mouth?
I think he's knocked out, and this is. It,
And
it
this
also
is-
sounds too tinny.
It does. It sounds like a record or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's. I mean, it can't be one of the music boxes he bought, but he's really not moving, and it's terrifying. What the hell?
So why is the man here at all and in such apparently high spirits?
He looks unconscious.
The answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you.
Yeah, what did you do?
Yeah.
Indeed, we need only to follow the gaze of those
bright young eyes to unravel that particular part of this mystery. Is that biscuits?
No.
Where
Yes.
did you get biscuits? When did you get biscuits? Oh, thank you for the
shit,
gift subs,
thank you.
Kunado. Thank you very much. Here, take some of Socket's biscuits. Secret Socket biscuits. Biscuits that I... Garibaldi biscuits. Garibaldi.
These are the knockoff ones. I got from Morrison's. I didn't think I would like these biscuits. Turns out they're great. I'm sorry, Pocket has been trying not to eat biscuits and other garbage food, so I'm being very cool to her eating biscuits.
Pocket's on a diet.
It's okay, I'm allowed to eat biscuits in her presence. I'm not actually being...
Pocket misses biscuits.
She's kind of cool. You know how, like, in Disney movies, sometimes they have, like, biscuits and stuff? That's kind of what's going on here. Anyway!
Good.
You're utterly incapable of hearing anything currently. Well... That means you can't hear what I'm saying either.
Biscuits. That is...
I don't know enough German anymore. All I could not make out what that thing was supposed to say.
Oh, look, my biscuit. Drop my biscuit.
Yeah, I'll give you another biscuit so you don't have to eat floor
It's okay.
biscuits.
It landed in my crochet bag, so it's fine.
You licked that biscuit.
Yeah, for now my crochet is done. We Gucci. Biscuit. Yes, herbal tea. You'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Sholmes? The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. You obviously offered our German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend.
Uh-huh.
The tea's delectable flavor has made the man's spirits soar and resulted in his joyful ditty tumbling incessantly from his lips.
Yes.
That's definitely it. I eagerly await sampling the flavor myself, that I may join the fellow in his state of elation. It probably tastes like biscuits. Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman, availing himself so thoroughly of the settee? As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. I remember that one.
All I seeing is like, what did you send lewd letters to someone and we need to retrieve it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was basically the story. Love letters between him and a woman.
Mate.
And she wasn't. I think it was a case of like there was fine, and then something happened that meant that they needed to remove the letters. Otherwise, both of them diplomatic incident. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gotthard Sigismund von Ormstein. Do not comment on Sholmes' pronunciation. He's trying his best. The King of Germany. If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical.
Yeah.
Sholmes is trying. He's English. He just doesn't know. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany.
It's nice to know that Kazuma is also the King of Germany.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to hear. It would appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him, and has decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. A well-mannered monarch indeed. Wouldn't you agree, my dear fellow? You feel personally insulted? I'm sorry. They're Sholmes. I think you're right. I think he does in fact mean Prussia. Because from what I remember of the story, it was in fact, I believe, Prussia.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm looking it up.
Well, there we go.
So the identity of this masked visitor is, in fact, my former client, the King of Germany. He's not very good at remembering stuff. In the story, it was the King of Bohemia. Ahaha, yeah.
Ahaha.
You remembered it, thank you. Yes, the Prussian spy was, in fact, the Sherlock Holmes' last bow. And that was von Bork, which we talked about that the other day. A Scandal in Bohemia. The first short story and the third overall work featuring Arthur Conan Doyle's fictional detective Sherlock Holmes. The first of the 56 Holmes short stories written by Doyle. Yeah. 5 years earlier, he engaged in a secret relationship with American opera singer Irene Adler. You might remember her name. He is set to marry a young Scandinavian princess, but worries the family will call the marriage off should they learn of this impropriety. The king seeks to regain a photograph of Adler and himself together, which he gave to her as a token and which she now threatens to send to his fiancé's family. So basically, yeah, and he knicks it back. Except he doesn't. When Holmes, Watson and the king arrive at Adler's house the next morning to retrieve the photograph, her elderly maidservant informs them Adler had left the country via train earlier that morning. Holmes goes to the photograph's hiding spot, finding a photo of Irene Adler in an evening dress and a letter addressed to him. In the letter, Adler tells Holmes she's left England with Norton and promises she will not compromise the king. Norton being her new husband, I think. Watson concludes the story by noting that Holmes always referred to Adler by the honourable title of the woman. Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Great Exhibition.
The King of Germany is the conclusion.
I couldn't remember if it was Prussia or Bohemia. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that.
Still silence.
Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Has she got something in her mouth? Yes. She's been eating papers, I think.
Oh my god, I think you're right.
I think she's been eating it, or something.
Oh my god.
They're really doing everything to not let us back into the court. No, I know, right? Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. A £5 note, I believe. I must say, as your compatriot, I'm deeply saddened. It would appear that you've allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the king's secret.
No.
And now, the final piece of the puzzle. What is this secret you strive to hide with your silence, Cyrus? Ah, yes, we need only follow that brief, involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. I hope she's not eating the coffee cup. My favourite coffee cup, in fact. Or should I say, the handle of my favourite coffee cup. It appears that His High-Spirited Highness broke it in the midst of his hijinks. Which leads us to the sad truth. My favourite coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany, and Iris, you tried to conceal it from me! I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement. Let him cook. Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking with gas, this man. Wait, no, sorry. He's cooking on gas. Silly me. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle. He's definitely cooking something, though.
Oh no, the sock is back.
Oh boy. With your silence as well. The fellow's jovial warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not? Mr. Sholmes, I must say something does rather trouble me. Pray, Mr. Zato, do tell! His Royal Highness looks a lot like my father. It doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived. Really, Susato?
And you haven't said a word either, Iris.
Did you kill Susato's dad?
No fathers are allowed to live in
No,
this
apparently not. Revenge! So it's about hot beer. See, I'm just letting you guys have this conversation because, like, I'm...
Yeah. If Mr. Sholmes has it all right, you might as well own up to it now.
Her shoes are absolutely fucking adorable. I wish we saw more of them. Your reasoning isn't entirely without substance, I must admit.
And, one other thing, Mr. Sholmes.
You don't put hops into tea. We have no idea what the other Germans... Maybe... these vintage German... Iris could do it. Maybe Sholmes does. Yet another grievance, Mr. Naruhodo? Surely not.
Well, actually,
I don't know.
I actually read the story of that case recently. The one you were just describing, and according to that at least, it wasn't the King of Germany. It was the King of Bohemia.
Wow. Goodness, was it? Yes, that's quite true. Master Gotts.
Isn't that what that disgusting little piece of shit rich boy with his camera also was from?
Oh, that was the Prince of Bohemia, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Oh, I forgot. I knew that name sounded familiar. I butchered it the first time too. Yes, that's quite true. Master
Gotts.
The Prince testified to that in court. In his words, I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. Susato tried her best, okay? Shh. I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It could easily become quite a scandal. Well, just don't try charging the German embassy for your coffee cup, okay?
I believe, Mr. Naruhodo, that it's our turn now to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in.
Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Although it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene.
But one truth is incontrovertible. My favourite coffee cup is no more.
Which is very upsetting.
That is,
like,
my
holy
heart
shit,
is breaking for him.
Yeah.
So, shall we embark again on a joint presentation of Sherlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular? While I finish my biscuit. Oh, we could go get a pie and a pint and leave this mystery to solve itself.
Yeah, you know what? I think we should.
I'll give it a rest, Sholmes. I'm chewing.
Yeah. Firstly.
Oh, be my guest, my dear
I
fellow.
am not touching that man. Just, ooh.
Wow.
It's just these fucking deductions. I don't know why. Did they really need to pad this, or were like, oh, Sholmes hasn't had any deductions in this, like...
I think they're assuming that everybody loves them.
I mean, I do love them, don't get me wrong.
I certainly am very entertained by them.
But this is also
This is a lot of padding. That...
Firstly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly, he's a German with no grasp of the English language.
Maybe they wanted to, like, lighten the mood. Yeah, this is the thing. I'm glad that they did it this way, instead of maybe making jokes about the guy who was, like, suicidal.
Yes.
You're personally way into Sholmes showing his entire ass. Honestly, me too. It's gonna
Yeah.
me too.
Type is rent.
My favourite angle.
As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings and his apparent inability to understand when asked to desist. So, why is the man here at all and in such apparently high spirits? And the answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel that particular part of this mystery.
It's the fact he didn't even take his hat off.
The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea.
So, what? It's some mix of herbs that give you the urge to sing.
Goodness, I should like to try some.
And I like to hear you singing, but this man, just how long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose?
As I said, he's been stock still the entire time, and if you look closely, his lips aren't moving either.
Okay, alright,
okay.
I'm glad that was just... Ah!
So I'm not sure what's actually responsible for the spirited singing, but I suspect the answer lies at the end of Iris's gaze.
It has to be fucking...
And it has to be the gramophone that's literally...
Hello!
Game! Please can we not? That is Susato's...
Daddy?
There we go.
There we go. I mean, how do we not recognise that moustache though? Come on. Is there any...
What does it say? History present. Okay, so we can at least investigate. There we go. We can look at the mask. We know this mask.
Oh, you're right.
So does that mean? No, surely not. It couldn't be, could it?
Yeah, it's a Sogi. I mean...
No, it's most definitely not him.
No, of course it's not. Thank goodness. But then, why is this gentleman now wearing it?
I'm afraid once again I really have no idea.
Yeah, he just suddenly got his moustache.
Yeah, the fact that he's wearing a
No
king
game.
tablecloth.
I really do not like also the way. Sorry.
Yeah,
There's
you
this
really
weird tear here, like that doesn't
Yeah,
help. Like
no.
like the model. It's like you knew people were going to look here. Why does it look?
To be fair, it took a while for the mystery of the mask to be penetrated while Asogi was wearing it. No, it's true, but at the same time...
Bro, we were all like, is that a Sogi? Like, why would we think it? Anyway. Wait, this.
It's a gramophone, still rarely seen in our own country.
You've been around Sholmes for a while.
Yeah, it's been a full year, I think.
The sound certainly appears to be coming from the horn.
But machines singing? That can't be right.
Science and technology are changing the world rapidly, Mr. Naruhodo. What's right is changing too.
It's too much for my brain.
Well, at least we found our answer.
Can we turn it off? Please?
Take
Please? But like... It's been a year. You'd think
Yeah.
he'd have heard Sholmes using the gramophone at least once.
For sure. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone.
Indeed, for no well-bred gentleman would break into an obscure folk song when making a social call.
You would.
In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. In fact, it would appear that the fellow is unconscious.
Yeah, the record's not very long.
Oh, it stopped. The music seems to have stopped now. Can all rejoice.
I ask you, Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
why would I have purchased a recording of that gibberish?
How should I know?
Well, never mind. On with the deduction. Who exactly is this gentleman, availing himself so thoroughly of the settee? As it happens, a number of years ago now,
A certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particularly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Willie. Willie V. The King of Germany. Nobody wanted to hear me say that again. If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to the King of Germany.
Although we've already established it was actually the King of Bohemia.
It seems Mr. Sholmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason.
Come to think of it, the young prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he?
Master Gotz, the boy whom you had in tears?
Don't remind me. Or anyone else.
Do you suppose all members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks?
I'm sure they do. Well, probably anyway. The point is, that mask doesn't belong to any king.
No, that's right. As we well know. Because we can identify the true owner of this mask.
Oh, wow. Oh, we have her too now.
That's nice.
Oh, she's 19.
That checks out.
Oh, there you are. Cricks.
Take that!
Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to Kazuma Asogi.
In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable.
Only you could try to make that sound positive.
It's so funny how opening the record just almost immediately shows Mikotoba wearing the same hat and moustache.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like-
okay. Kazuma...
Oh, no, Sholmes, get the fuck off! Kazuma's mask has been languishing on the metal chest for several days. Though that doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now.
But it is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. We need only excuse ourselves in advance, gently lift the mask, and peer beneath it.
Daddy. Oh my god, it's Daddy!
I'm very surprised.
I don't believe it.
Father! I'm afraid, Miss Susato, you must be mistaken. No, I think not, Mr. Sholmes. Then it would appear our logic and reasoning has once again revealed the truth. This mysterious visitor is my unconscious father, Eugen Mikotoba.
She got to join, it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry! Logic and reasoning, or just looking and saying.
I love that so much. That's probably one of my favorite, favorite bits of the entire game so far. That face! Oh. I like we get to see Bruno's model outside of court.
Yeah,
I know,
same.
right? Same. It's really, he's great. He really is so good. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Well, if she has got a piece of paper shoved in her mouth, it's basically disintegrated by now, I
Yeah.
think. Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that knapsack.
So that's a £5 note poking out from Iris's knapsack, is it?
Oh dear, I can't be sure. Most money that we encounter is in coin form.
I know. I'm not even sure we've seen any banknotes here in Britain at all, have we?
But anyway, Father would never have paid money for Iris's silence.
He certainly seems like the silent type himself, though, judging by his present state.
Well, it's caramel and it's glued her jaw shut. Yeah, she was trying to get rid of that copy of the disc the music box disc, right?
Yes.
Before somebody who could actually understand Japanese Morse code
Oh my god, yeah.
encountered it.
Yeah. There must be some other reason for Iris's silence, I suppose.
Perhaps what Iris is trying so hard not to give away with her eyes is something entirely different.
Okay, can we, like, connect? Is there anything else to check out? Okay, no, I can't spin. Oh, no, I can spin the camera.
But what isn't? You can click on the knapsack though.
No, don't present it. Now I think about it, Iris always wears that little bag on her back, doesn't she?
Yes, that's right. Though it's easy to forget about it because you can't see it from the front. There are 2 little felt dolls attached to it as well.
You finally get to see it, are they? I had no idea. I don't remember ever seeing them before. Artist is crying in the corner at this
No,
point.
right? The artist that designed those tiny little...
Which were supposed to play a large part.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were really cute.
Yeah. Is it possible there's always a £5 note poking out from... sorry. Is it possible there's always a £5 note poking out from her bag that I just haven't noticed before, too?
I couldn't say with absolute certainty, but I think it's unlikely.
Do we get to see the fucking...
Did we not get to see the little felt dolls? Are you kidding
Oh my
me?
god!
They dropped them in there and then just didn't even... Wow.
Oh
so
my
rude.
god! The artist is truly crying in a
I
corner.
know, right? They are really cute as well.
This metal chest. It contains important documents, doesn't it?
Yes, details of all the cases Mr. Sholmes has worked on over the years. It appears to be undone. Written up by Iris's father, if I'm remembering correctly. Iris insists that the chest is kept locked at all times. She's never once shown me inside.
Well, its contents are invaluable to her, I suppose, and entirely irreplaceable. But look at it now. The catch is unlocked for once.
Ah, so it is! The Japanese really ceremony.
The actually, I think the extra content on the game shows them.
Yeah.
But-
That's hard to ignore. I can pop it out in a bit.
Very. I've never seen that chest unlocked before in all the time we've been staying here at Baker Street.
I'm going to assume it has to be that.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless we can turn the camera even further around, which I don't think we can.
No, it's just this, so I think I'm just gonna present the chest.
I'm assuming she was in there trying to get rid of the papers that, you know,
Yeah.
she stole because she's a thief.
Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that metal chest.
An excellent observation. For upon closer inspection, there is something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now the catch is open.
Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. But it's a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I
merely need to open this chest. Why so much animation?
know, right? He's got quite an angular bottom, hasn't he, Sholmes?
Well,
Very, I think it's best we don't look there anymore. Here we go!
yeah, I think so too.
No! Hey, don't!
Oh my god, he just...
Oh! I
Oh!
see!
Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes! Harry! I see.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's dead.
That explains it
Never! Oh, Harry, I told you not to open it.
Ah, so you found your voice now, Iris?
Ah,
In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is...
this is somewhat different to the usual dance of deduction you perform with Mr. Sholmes, isn't it?
Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this for my own peace of mind. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so...
You mean you don't actually know the answer yet, despite that knowing point of the finger before?
Mrs. Otto, sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later.
Oh, well, if you say so. I think we'd better examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then.
Yes, the real reason for her silence until now is...
Oh, she had...
But we'll check out the...
Yeah.
I'll probably get
Oh,
to
there
see
they
it.
are!
There they are!
These cute little dolls. It's Sholmes and Iris.
Yeah,
It's
for
cute,
some
right?
reason this knapsack is really standing out as suspicious to me today.
Oh, is it?
It's quite sizable. Sorry, it's quite sizable enough for a sizable secret, that's what I say.
Perhaps it is, but we certainly can't open it up to look inside without Iris's permission.
No, you're right. Who knows what might pop out and punch us?
It's a really cute little bag, though.
Yeah.
I'm
Skirt.
not.
Why are
I
we...
don't like that we can investigate
Skirt.
her skirt.
Oh,
Hello?
I didn't...
God!
Iris always dresses in these frilly clothes, doesn't
This is-
she?
I've always thought this skirt is rather delightful.
It's pretty sizable with those frills. Sizable enough for a sizable secret.
Just another hodo. No!
You seem to be rather fond of that idea.
But you,
But you
cer-
certainly can't go investigating further.
Does it look like that's what I was thinking? Yes, sir!
Yes, it does. Yeah. I mean,
That's a key she's holding. Look. I'm sure that wasn't in her hands before. Was it?
No, you're quite right. It's appeared.
as if by magic. I'm pretty sure she did it. She spit it out, though.
Yeah, that's
Because-
strange. A big old iron key. Where did it materialize from?
Is it wet?
Oh, we're gonna present it
Take that!
anyways.
Yeah, you would think it would be the papers, but I guess not.
Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back.
Ah,
When Mr. Sholmes was thrown into the air before. Ah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. That something is the key now in your hands. No doubt the key to the chest.
I don't think that fits, but
Yeah.
okay.
you're so clever, Bruno.
So now it becomes clear. Thanks to Mr. Sholmes' graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here.
But
Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest, only to be punched into the air.
Iris is a girl. She doesn't have pockets.
But then how's he clutching the... I guess he was holding the cup while... I
Or it
don't
just
know.
landed on his fingers. I don't know.
Yeah.
That explains the tablecloth, though.
Yeah. And landed sprawled onto the settee.
But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. And what about the stylish scarf and the cup of tea and, above all, why would he be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask?
Iris? Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris?
The fact that we're pretending that that's a scarf and not the tablecloth.
Yeah. Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. When Professor Mikotoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside.
I'm a little surprised that Mikotoba would open the chest without taking at least the fucking teacups off the top.
Same.
I guess he was in a hurry, but
Yeah.
seriously.
The mask was flung into the air, just as he was, only to land neatly on his face when it fell back down. And the teacup's journey through the air ended when it caught on the unconscious
No.
professor's finger.
See, this wouldn't work, because if he lifted the lid, the
Yeah.
stuff would have fallen off first. Surely. Unless
Yeah.
it got unlocked and it all punched him.
Yes.
I did it. Well, I'm going to suspend my disbelief.
Yeah.
You mean to say that the stylish scarf...
Is actually just a tablecloth. This is the Great Detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous deductions.
His name's Professor Mikotoba, so...
Oh,
Cute.
would you expect anything less?
Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said.
Did it though?
Brilliant, Runo.
Thus concludes Rinosuke Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle.
So then, why don't I make a fresh pot of tea for us all?
Objection!
An admirable performance, Mr. Naruhodo. But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance.
Mr.
I
Sholmes.
think Fantiques needs a new reaction, don't you?
Yeah, I think this
I
is...
think that one is much more... If you would cast your mind back to my earlier deduction... Iris, clearly you're hiding a great secret. Yeah, I agree, the paper ones. Yeah.
She is? From the look on her face? Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet.
So I put it to you again. You are attempting to abscond with that coffee cup!
Oh my god.
It really is a shame about Mr. Sholmes' cup.
It must have been smashed when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest.
Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here.
But now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore.
In other words, her great secret is something else.
Let's put our observational skills to work here. One final time then.
Oh, there's something under the tray.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about as well.
Yeah.
Yep, that's...
Gee.
But first we'll look at
Yes.
the coffee cup. Well, Mr. Sholmes' favourite cup. Or,
Oh, what's left of it? Just the handle.
it was obvious. It was obviously hurled into the air along with Professor Mikotoba. If only it had been his cup that had caught on his finger before it hit the floor.
Yes, but anyway, whatever Iris is trying to hide, it's clearly not this handle.
Oh. Case file.
Gee whizzes, Iris. Gee
Uh-huh.
whizzes.
Ah, look there. There seems to be more paper there.
I'm just imagining us crawling around on the floor. It's like
Yeah.
lying down and being like,
Yeah.
huh?
Is Iris trying to hide them underneath the tray?
The insignia, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an official Scotland Yard document.
What? But why would Iris have
We must ask her.
an official Scotland Yard document?
Take that!
You are attempting to abscond with that case file.
Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective.
Oh no.
We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. And Dr. Gorey informed us that the autopsy report of Clint Van Zeeks had gone missing.
Clint Van Zeeks. Yes, I do seem to recall. But some years ago, I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris?
You mean it was you, Iris? So those papers you have there are... You shouldn't eat it, yeah.
quite.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Okay, but why did she steal it to begin with? It's
Yeah,
very
right?
weird. To hide the case file. Introduction complete.
Boop. Yeah, off to prison with you. Yeah, right? Like, state secrets and all that.
In truth, I would like to have thought I could have predicted the booby-trapped chest. But it caught me completely off guard. I was very nearly the late consulting detective Herlock Sholmes.
Are we going to check on Mikotoba to see if he's
that
okay?
would be great. Yeah, he's a considerably older man.
I'm sorry, Hurley.
Also, he took Sholmes to the chest.
No, he did too.
Dude! So you mean this autopsy report really is?
Yes, I took it from the lab, even though I knew it was very important. Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris? Not exactly something that troubled me. Something I'd been looking for. When I saw this report, when I saw the writing in it, I knew it was Daddy's.
Oh. What? The writing?
Your father's writing? What do you really mean?
Iris? It must be something that's hard for her to talk about.
Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows.
Mr. Sholmes? Oh, what is it?
Is Daddy dead? I feel as though the poor unconscious gentleman on the settee has been somewhat forgotten.
Father!
It's okay.
Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yes?
would you be so kind as to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel.
Nice change of subject, James.
Yes, very.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up.
I'm assuming that she says it's Daddy's writing and
Yeah.
not Daddy's autopsy report.
Yeah, no.
So will I.
No, I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. We wouldn't want Iris's brew to stew.
Yeah, we could just put him on the recovery position.
Yeah.
And he'd be fine.
Because there's no better way to make the professor comfortable than dragging him upstairs like a trunk. Oh God! Why do we let him do this? I wonder. Perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Sholmes is making himself scarce to give Iris the chance to talk more freely.
Yes.
Thank you.
We must use this opportunity to talk with Iris. And find out what's going on.
Your daddy. Would you like to tell us about it, Iris? About your father?
I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner. Yes, and that notes about all the cases they solved together are kept inside that metal chest. That's right. Hurley told me, you see. He said that Daddy's somewhere far away now, so we can't meet.
That's one way of describing it.
Are we sure that her dad is Wilson?
I'm not sure that her dad is
'Cause,
Wilson.
Like, that's a really weird way of phrasing it. If
Yeah.
Wilson only just died like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, she is 10. God knows who's...
Then, when I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside, I started to build up a picture in my head of what Daddy must be like.
Well, that's only natural.
You're just like any other girl of your age.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
I read that Daddy was a professor of medical science, so I studied and took my degree too.
Well, that's only natural, I suppose.
In that respect, you're not quite like any other girl of your age, though. But there was one thing that I could never find out. Daddy's name.
What?
His name wasn't anywhere on any of the notes that he'd made about his work with Hurley.
The fuck?
But then one day,
That's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right?
yes,
Well, how
So
horrific a
she-
lie have you made, Sholmes?
I was gonna say, so she just assumed that this is her.
So,
yes.
like, how did she get her surname in that case? Did she take it on later? Did
She might
just...
have.
Yeah, so before she might have just gone with
Iris Sholmes,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so. So it was the handwriting in the report that caught her eye. The autopsy report.
The report that was made by 3 different people, you mean?
Yeah.
When I saw the writing on that report, I could hardly believe it.
Maybe she's an orphan and he made all that up. It's possible, yeah.
I know this handwriting, I thought to myself.
I fully believe you actually made it up.
Yeah.
Because it was the same as the writing you'd seen on your father's case notes.
Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I needed to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away.
Maybe she's Inspector Hasanago in disguise. Do you know what? Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my
We've never
God.
seen them together,
You're
have
right,
we? Yeah.
it's true.
All along.
And even worse, I was told that was the first and last time we'd be allowed to even look at it there.
Oh boy. So you decided to steal it.
When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's.
And the signature of the coroner at the bottom of the autopsy report.
Read Dr. John H. Wilson.
So that's how I finally found out. I learnt Daddy's name at last.
I see.
Ever since then, I've called myself Iris Wilson.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Sholmes!
Sholmes, the fuck did you do?
And that's also when I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. I decided there and then that I'd write The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, Iris, I had no idea the stories had quite such a deep personal significance for you.
I can see why the autopsy report was so important to her now. And why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands on it.
So it could well be that Herlock's old friend was Wilson,
Yeah,
but I don't think Wilson's her dad.
no.
I
I
must
don't think so.
Apologise, Iris. Probably. Yes. This is really all my fault.
Hurley?
I made a promise, you see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret. Are we gonna get some spicy stuff before Christmas?
Oh my god.
I know, I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Gorey and apologise, I promise.
Yes, we'll go together, I think. Then let me look after it for you until we get there.
Clint's autopsy report has been entered into the court
I
record.
promise I won't look.
The autopsy report of the final
Uh-huh.
victim of the infamous professor. The report was authorized by Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah, just let me look at it there, you know.
Don't pay attention to us. We also haven't looked at the trunk yet.
Oh my god, we haven't. But the man was 33.
33, my god.
Good lord, he was old.
What?
By
Oh, by
Japanese
these standards.
standards.
Well, yeah, we know that. Yeah.
like, good,
Brackets male.
this man had no offspring yet.
What do you mean?
Well, sorry, I was just thinking he was a noble. Wouldn't they have like multiple children by now?
How old's Baroque van Zieks?
You think? Yeah, Van Zieks is yeah. Anyway,
Like, he's not exactly crawling with sprogs, is he?
what are these
Jeez.
men doing? Or they're letting their family line die out. Isn't that a whole thing that they do?
Yeah, it's true. It is unusual. But also, maybe they were married to the law.
Good point. Anyway, time of death.
31st of May between 9 p.m. and midnight. Death from a single stab wound to the heart. Other superficial external wounds indicative of a duel.
What?
That seems very not professory, doesn't it?
How did the professor used to kill people then?
The professor, it was his dog.
Oh yeah, he used his dog. How did I forget? Yeah.
Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring fingers of the right hand, but no documenting corresponding ink was found.
I mean, sometimes we are messy when we write things, right?
Yeah,
But recent as well.
Scarlet ink.
Seems oddly specific.
Yeah. I think Van Zieks needs a different live reaction. Vital evidence recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Okay, well, apparently we can. We can do... No, the other one.
Yeah, there we go.
We can do... Thank you. Do, stomach contents.
Yeah, we just didn't do it with
We just didn't do it with Gregson. Okay, cool. Credit to Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for the autopsy procedure. No internal trauma noted anywhere in the body.
Vital
So, hang on,
evidence of what?
He had a stab wound, but no internal trauma.
No, what the fuck does this man eat? Like,
Yeah, right?
what? And dual damage. This
Yeah,
is so weird.
dual damage, red ink,
Okay.
no internal trauma.
Cool. I
Cool.
can't believe I forgot about the trunk.
Plonk. There's a scrape on it too.
Let's have a look inside.
Wow. Yeah, what the heck went down there, right?
Look, there's something inside.
Ooh, let's see. It appears to be a passport authorizing him to travel overseas.
Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then?
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... Oh!
What is it?
It was for travel on the 31st of October, just one day before the incident.
Yes. Gee whizzers. What? Really?
And it was the day before he was due to retire.
Yeah. It was issued for travel to France the day before his body was discovered. Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered.
On a ship, maybe?
Yeah. Huh? What? What occurred to you? Yeah, that ticket from like...
Didn't they stop over in France
Yeah, they did.
on their way
Yeah,
back to
they did.
the UK?
Mhm.
The daddy and
Yeah, they
judge to go...
Yeah, they did. Oh, you're saying they might have met up.
I'm saying they might have met up.
Oh no. Anyway, haha. Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged, whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
I wonder how it happened. Oh, that's gonna come back.
Okay.
Okay. Look at this dark stain here. Do you think?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
I knew you were going to say that. So that presumably means...
That this was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed.
It's the most logical conclusion, yes. Do you think somebody killed him and then transported him back in, like, the freezer department of a boat? Like,
Oh my god. That would make sense.
that would be so difficult to do, though.
Yeah, but if there's enough, like, support.
Or unless you had some very large luggage.
Wait, they kept saying there was a large trunk
Some-
that was being carried inside of the thing, wasn't there? The case, like, the
Really
people outside.
Big.
That they were saying there was a
luggage.
large trunk being lugged in, so yeah, they must have taken the body in. I'd forgotten about that first chunk in the case. Like, I was really wondering where the trunk would come in, and it never did.
Yeah.
To think, Gina's been carrying this around with her. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips.
Does it, though? Yeah, there is something brownish around the blood, isn't there? Like
What's with the weird shading? And what is this?
It's really odd, right? It almost looks like something bigger was in here.
It's really weird. Okay, game. It's weird.
Like a false. What's it?
I think we got everything we can get from this.
For now, yeah.
No, you know.
What key items do we have right now?
Oh, we also have a passport
which
now.
we can also look at. Yeah.
Within 1
Port of
week,
Dunkirk.
yeah, from
Yep.
the 31st of October.
They went to Dunkirk.
No, but it is.
Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. No, but they stopped over in Dunkirk.
They did, look.
Daddy and friend. Yeah, we've got the ticket, the blue one. I was wondering where the ticket would come in. Why does it have to be upside down?
Oh, it looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. The SS Grouse, first class cabin 001. Yokohama departure 11th of September, London arrival 1st of November.
Ah, that's the boat Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jigoku came on from Japan, isn't it?
Yes, I think it called at Dunkirk, on the north coast of France for a night, before finally arriving in Dover.
I think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Bury. Yeah, well, we know the rest. We don't need to go.
I agree.
Yeah, it's, Judge sure the judge, let's not forget, has managed to like rip an entire like table into by slamming his hands
That's
on.
true. Apparently he did.
He,
But I mean, what the? Because Daddy done. Daddy was medical.
yeah.
Oh, look at that big trunk on the left-hand side there.
Oh my god, no.
Do you think Gregson was in that?
Oh, bro, no. No.
Do you think Gregson was in that in this photograph? Because I can't think.
We took this photograph after. Wait, when did we take this photograph?
We took this photograph when we met up with them
Yeah, that was.
in the hotel
They
lobby.
might already have taken the booty out. Yeah.
He was being weird about the guy at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I don't know what the hell they did, but I think they did this.
Yeah.
Given that they were also around 10 years ago, it's got to be Daddy and Judge. And Gregson's in that trunk, because why else would we have the bloody hotel?
Oh, that's so unpleasant.
I mean, hotel. Why else would we have the photograph? Genuinely, why else would we have that? It wasn't the same boat, was it? It could well have been.
Yeah.
We don't know. All we know is that he has passage to Dunkirk, right?
Yeah. It's
What does the
possible they
paper
even...
say?
Sorry?
What does the paper show? Does it show anything in the records?
One moment. I just want to save.
Yeah, good point. Good idea. Yeah, I reckon they map in Dunkirk. He was killed, stored potentially in like cold storage,
Yeah.
and then they fucking brought him to them. And that's got to be why we have that photograph, right?
1 second. Autopsy report. They don't know when he died.
No, they don't. Indeterminate.
Yeah.
Evidence suggests measures may have been taken to disguise time of death. But yeah, why else would we have that bloody photo? What about the passport for a sec?
Yeah, and wait, passport is over
Very
here.
past, yeah, that one.
Yeah, but it's
doesn't
within
say.
1 week from the 31st of October, so...
Date of departure within 1 week from the 31st of October. Destination port of Dunkirk. Yeah, but I reckon they met up in Dunkirk. And then. But yeah, you'd think, because they did say he made a scene at Professor's Judgment. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and of course his whole thing is like he wanted to meet up with them probably in secret, which is why he did the whole red-headed league thing, because he got with his double.
Yeah.
So nobody would know he'd gone to Dunkirk.
Yeah.
That's what I suspect. Was also like a thing, you know?
Because I wonder if he potentially, because he was originally going to take, he was going to take Gina.
Yeah, later.
But yeah, so I wonder if he potentially could have travelled twice.
I mean, yeah.
Because I don't know I don't know.
This could just be completely unrelated.
It could be completely unrelated, but I don't like the fact that there's a big chest in that photograph that we were wondering, like, why is this relevant?
Yeah, why is there this big chest?
Why is the photograph relevant? And there's a big off chest in the corner, and I think Gregson was in the chest.
That's so unpleasant.
Like a sword in the chest. Yeah, that's also possible, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like he's taken... Oh, jeez.
I must go and water my herbs, I think.
Oh, I really hope I'm wrong.
I'll see you all later.
I really, really hope I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. Poor Iris. She must be feeling awful. I know Mr. Sholmes is here for her, but still.
You spoiled yourself by looking up Iris's wiki page, so I'll refrain from any plot or lore relevant
Oh
comments.
no!
Oh,
Never
I'm
look
sorry.
at the wikis
No.
on this fucking
The wikis
thing.
are the worst thing.
They-
Like, I
yeah.
got spoiled about Kazuma's identity just by looking up somebody completely different, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I just wanted to see... I don't know, what was it? I wanted to see Kazuma... I think I wanted to see what his face looked like, just so I could compare him with the guy under the mask, and it just showed me a picture of him wearing the mask. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Iris has been with Sholmes for probably about 10 years or so, I reckon.
Which is a suspicious time.
And I'm sure that her father is definitely John H. Wilson, because nothing that we've just learnt has hinted at any other reason. No, yep. No, never go on an Ace Attorney wikis. It's no.
No. Even don't even look at like any haha artwork.
Yeah.
Even if it's the official shit.
Yeah, the official shit. Like, my god,
Like, the fact that I have the theory that, like, the professor was Clint is merely based on some concept art I saw because it had a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
A very cute dog.
But a dog,
Definitely a
nonetheless.
hound.
Yeah.
I mean, no, there's other reasons as well. But, like, that really pushed me towards it. So, like, that was my spoiler. I was like, oh god, it got a dog.
Yeah, which is why very much you kind of... Oh, it could have been
No. Yeah, never do it. Otherwise...
No, right? Yeah, you've been tempted. I've been so tempted as well.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nope.
No.
No.
You've learned your lesson
I
after
learned,
that one.
yeah, that one where I was just like, I just want to see what his chin looks like so I can compare him to Mask Guy. And I think we learned out who Mask Guy was, like, within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'd ruined it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I wanted to find out myself.
You're trying to find time to watch all this back with audio when you can, still at the party. Well, I mean, it's nice that you're here.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Mm.
As well. Sans audio.
Well, when you
Ooga
check
booga.
this out in the future,
Hi.
hi, future Kunada.
Hi, future Kanado. I hope the party was okay and there was no weird office drama. Discovering with us sounds too great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love just like discovering all this stuff with you guys, and also having such weird theories.
Yes.
You're hoping to find some Ace Attorney games on sale in the new year.
They go on sale quite regularly. Ironically, the Steam ones tend to be more expensive than the Switch ones.
Ha.
So, I like having them portable, hence why I bought them on the Switch.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna play it on your Switch while traveling to cons, then you're in luck.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Yeah. At some point, we'll probably get the.
I want to play the Miles Edgeworth
That's the one.
investigations.
Yeah.
I could do the first couple of... I mean, you've not played the full Phoenix Wright
No.
chunk. Neither have I. I've only played the first one.
I've played the very first couple of cases of the very first game.
Ah.
But my parents wouldn't stop talking to me every single time I picked up my DS. So I kept making mistakes in the cases because I wasn't remembering stuff. So I just kind of gave up after a while.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sorry.
What? How? What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes? What the fuck did he just pull out?
Oh dear me.
Did he clumsily... Like, this just fall out of him?
So, you've noticed, I see.
But that would mean...
What on earth's the matter, Mr. Zato? You've turned as white as a sheet.
Is that her dad's handwriting?
Oh!
It's this autopsy report, Mr. Naruto. The one from 10 years ago. The writing. It isn't Dr. Wilson's at all.
Huh? What do you mean? How could you possibly know that?
Because I know this writing very well.
This writing is my father's.
What has he been up to? What? Professor Mikotoba's?
Indeed, it's true. And now you know, my dear fellows.
No.
I'm sorry, and now you know, my dear fellows.
I don't know anything! What on earth does all of this mean, Mr. Sholmes? Because the idea that's slowly forming in my mind is just far too extraordinary to believe.
Yeah.
Please, you have to explain.
Please tell me that Susato's dad wasn't getting his end away while he was in London. And
The autopsy report writing.
yeah, so Professor Mikotoba was Sholmes' pal. And
Yeah.
Wilson was absolutely nothing to do with them at all.
I don't know. So this
Seems like.
this autopsy report was actually penned by Professor Mikotoba then. But that makes no sense. It's not possible, surely. Well, we established he was there as well,
Yeah,
so like
quite.
Not possible, my dear fellow. Pray, take a deep breath and think again.
Yes, you're right. In some ways, it actually makes a great deal of sense. Yeah, like how would somebody writing the report whilst they've elbow deep in corpse?
well,
Very difficult. You have an assistant,
Yeah.
right?
it does.
10 years ago is when Father returned to Japan after his extended study tour in Britain.
And prior to his return, where was Dr. Mikotoba engaged?
Of course. He was an assistant in Dr. Wilson's laboratory, learning about forensic science.
And as an assistant, he would have aided with the dissection work, making detailed notes, which would be assembled into the full autopsy report. Once the work was complete, the head coroner would check the contents and put his signature on the document.
Which would also be why he knew about the Baskerville case if, if he was hanging out with Sholmes, getting up
Right.
to trouble.
In other words, the only writing of Dr. Wilson's in the report would be his signature at the end.
I see. So Iris got the wrong end of the stick, you mean?
So that's even worse that Sholmes didn't recognise Professor Mikotoba, given that he was clearly his old buddy.
Yeah.
As if he didn't bloody
Yeah,
recognise
quite.
it.
He
My
was-
ass.
Yeah. No, he was just... Anyway. She saw that and assumed the whole report had been written by Dr. John H. Wilson.
/kids are fucking stupid. My god. What a dumb 8-year-old. Wow.
Yeah.
Which is very understandable, of course.
What a complicated situation. The details of Clint's autopsy report have been updated in the court record.
There is no way in hell Iris's dad is
No.
Susato's dad. Although that would explain her intense Lolita-ness.
Yeah, that's it, right? Like,
She inherited her fashion sense from her Japanese side of the family.
Your partner. And Zeke's is absolutely disassociating at this point.
No,
I'm
right?
not changing
Yeah,
this.
no, exactly that. He's just somehow psychically hearing this in his prison cell.
Yeah.
Like, he's wondering why Sholmes has stopped throwing donuts at him. Buns.
Thinking about it, most of what we know about you, Mr. Sholmes, comes from the published stories of your exploits.
Yes, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, written by Iris.
And he too was a professor of science and medicine, so that wouldn't be a lie. No, absolutely.
Mm. And we really have no way of knowing what's facts and what's fiction.
Most troubling for you, my dear fellow, I'm sure.
Little shit. So, what about this supposed partner of yours? Did he really exist or not?
Ah, you've come straight to the point, I see.
And please come straight to the answer.
I believe Iris explained it in one of her installments. He was a trusted comrade and the only person I could truly have called a friend.
And did this partner of yours truly make a record of all your cases? Are his notes really stored inside that metal chest?
Absolutely, my dear madam, absolutely.
So, where's your partner now?
Unconscious upstairs, I hope. We rarely meet. You see, he lives on the other side of the world.
But if this autopsy report and the records of all your old cases were penned by the same hand, and if the autopsy report was written, though not signed, by your famous partner, there would be only one logical conclusion.
Yes. Pray, impress me.
Your partner would have to be Jujin Mikotoba. In other words, Miss Susato's father.
Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes?
You are coming along wonderfully. You have hit upon the method at last. You've finally grasped the art of deduction.
You mean to say?
Allow me to introduce you to my great friend and partner, Mikotoba.
That must have been... He must have been, like... Susato must have surprised the fuck out of him then, when he first met her.
Yes. Professor Mikotoba! Sholmes and Mikotoba.
Does this mean
He does even have the traditional Watson stash, it's true though.
It's
that
true.
you're the real Dr. Wilson?
Hat, moustache.
That's you. Whoops.
No, my dear. I'm still my old self, Jujin Mikotoba, your father. I hope you didn't have a crush on the character.
Oh yeah, no, right?
I was like,
Of course!
it's like,
That would be
oh no.
so awkward.
This is obviously too much for Susato's son to take in. I must say, though, now my old friend has attained worldwide celebrity as a great mystery solver is the greatest mystery of all.
I still remember the first time we met.
Excuse me, Father, I have to go burn some fan fictions.
Ox. Pray remind me, when was it again, Mikotoba?
16 years ago, Sholmes.
Yes, quite. 16 years ago.
I had just arrived from Japan with Shijiro and Genshin. I was in search of lodgings close to the hospital, some comfortable rooms at a reasonable price.
But rents are devilishly high in that particular area.
That's right, so I decided I needed someone to share lodgings and the expense, and was fortunate enough to be introduced to Sholmes, who found himself in a similar situation.
I was a callow fellow back then, a mere shadow of the great detective you see before you now. I was working at the hospital's chemical laboratory at the time, indulging my curiosities for little gain.
The thing is, does Mikotoba know of the possible thing Jigogo who had in his trunk? Yeah, I hope not, because that would make it really awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, we were assuming that it is
Yeah, it
Goku's
is-
trunk, and
Yeah.
quote-unquote Watson wouldn't be...
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, his traditional haircut even turns into Watson sideburns with the
Yeah.
hat. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah.
Perchance, Mr. Sholmes, would you happen to have any memory wiping substances upon your person
Yeah.
that I can smoke while I burn this fanfiction? I mean, please.
And the situation of our cohabitation led to us pursuing cases together, you see. Hard to believe, it was a mere 6 years ago.
6 years.
Thank you. A mere 6 years. We had a great many adventures.
But in the last year of Mikotoba's stay in Britain, that most infamous of cases presented itself. The case with which you've become rather familiar yourselves. The Professor killings.
After the trial, Sashiro and I were summoned back home. It's hardly surprising given the circumstances.
So there you have it. And as you know, all the details recorded by my trusty chronicler remain in that metal chest.
This is just amazing. Professor Mikotoba really is Mr. Sholmes' famous partner. I'm sorry, Susato.
Father.
Goodness, my dear. What a cutting look!
As your daughter, I am very proud to learn that you are the great detective's great partner. But nevertheless, there's another mystery that I really must ask you to explain now.
Why does Iris think you're her daddy?
and the daddies?
You know very well what it is. The unresolved matter of Iris's father.
Ah, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that one.
How?
Yeah. I should have seen this coming, I suppose. Yeah, I want to know about Iris's daddy, please. No, we don't know
Iris?
anything about her mom either.
No, as far as I'm aware, no.
Iris told us that all the notes about the great detective's adventures that are in the metal chest were written by her father.
It's very weird we don't know anything about
Yeah.
her mom, if I'm honest.
Isn't that correct, Mr. Sholmes?
It's not like she was made in a lab.
No, quite well.
That is indeed what I told young Iris.
But if you're Mr. Sholmes' partner, Father, and you wrote all those case notes, then Iris's father must be you.
Ah,
On my word, Miss Susato, you are coming along wonderfully as well. You, too, have hit upon the method at last. You've finally grasped the art of deduction.
I do not believe this.
No.
What? I throw you under the bus.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh!
Uh-huh.
You're gonna get Susato.
Slammed? Whatever it's called.
What is it? Susato. Anyway.
What you've always told me, Father, is that my mother died when I was born 16 years ago.
Okay. The
Okay.
many mysterious.
Yeah.
And you left me in grandmother's care whilst you embarked on your study tour of Britain. And I've always accepted that. But all this about Iris.
Oh, there it is. Susato-san's ice cold stare. No. Now hold on a minute. It was very complicated. I mean, it's really not what you think.
Then perhaps you'd like to explain exactly what it is.
Is it gonna Susato throw? There it is! Now the eyes go from ice cold to red hot. Just before she... No, really, you've got the wrong end of the stick. Sholmes, say something, man!
Yeah, her mother died. So, she's definitely not in the picture.
Oh my god!
Sholmes is getting... going away.
He's
His armour is on.
hitting the bricks.
Yeah.
That's quite enough, my fiery fellows.
Mr. Sholmes? When did he get all dressed up?
Whilst I don't like to interrupt this exciting exploration of the past, Mikotoba and I have an urgent matter that requires a short excursion. Actually, Mikotoba's misbegotten lover was me, my dear fellows.
I mean, he has been raising Iris, checks out.
But it's very late, Mr. Sholmes. Where must you go?
Away.
Anywhere but here. Why, my dear madam, is that not obvious? My partner and I must pursue our natural enemies. So get your coat, Mikotoba. The game is afoot.
But Sholmes, I really must give Susato a full explanation, I think.
Later, my dear fellow, later. Our carriage awaits downstairs already.
Are you shitting?
Oh, yeah.
Sholmes did this.
To have you.
Sholmes did this to us.
I mean, really. I visited our home after 10 long years. And when I opened that chest, in a fit of nostalgia, I quite inexplicably pass out. And as if that wasn't enough, when I eventually regained consciousness, I'm plunged straight into all this.
Father, please.
can go with Mr. Sholmes now. No,
Susato!
Not Father,
No.
please go. Father, please talk.
Susato, he will die. You'll never find out. That's just what happens.
God, that's what happens in this game. No, excuse me, Susato. This is not the time for understanding.
What?
I've no doubt that whatever happened, you were acting in everyone's best interests. I trust you completely. Don't know.
No doubt there will be plenty of time for explanations later. I hope she doesn't say that, because if she says that, then he is doomed.
And sending the great detective and his great partner off on renewed adventures together. Oh, it's more than I could have hoped for in my wildest dreams.
Oh, she ships them.
She ships her own father with Sholmes. That's all I can see here. Yeah. Very well then. We'll speak again later.
So, I believe your own work is done for the day. I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow.
Yes, Naruhodo. Good luck in battle. And in reaching a decision. What? A decision? Oh, yeah, about whether to go back to Japan, I suppose. No.
Well, there isn't a sequel, so I guess he does.
Yeah.
So much happened that day
voice.
that I barely knew what to do with myself. It would only be later that I'd come to realize how amidst the chaos I'd unleashed were all the clues I needed to finally unearth the truth. And that all the turmoil was necessary to give me the resolve to see everything through.
Susato to Naruhodo later.
How long do you think until it is appropriate to call Sholmes my father?
Don't you say end? What?
I mean, end of the chapter. But they don't say to be continued, which I just...
And Zinx is still... What did you...
Well,
Well...
Well... Wouldn't this be a really, really good time to take a break next week for Christmas?
Yeah.
And then the week after for New Year's. This is the worst cliffhanger since the burning bus, I agree. No more hot bus summer. We kind of have to leave it until the new year.
Yeah.
Because if we start this now, we'll be going for ages, and it's almost midnight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can't stream next week because it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And everybody's busy, including us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that, the Tuesday, is New Year's Eve.
Which I would love to stream on, but sadly we're being dragged off to do our duty. Keep your family company.
Yes, my mother is extremely needy. So, Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025.
Yeah.
Probably.
Start the year the way you mean to go, all right.
Closing cases like a champ and solving secrets. Percolate. Marinate. Yes.
Yeah.
I am sorry. We genuinely, this couldn't have been timed worse if we'd planned it.
Uh-huh.
On the same time, it's kind of better. We also couldn't have timed it better.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
There is a certain glory. That's what you say when you fall asleep well before the new year. Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I would like to be able to not stay up until midnight, if I'm perfectly honest. But yet.
At least we can walk back home.
Yes, that's true. The next stream is the 1st, just so you can note that down.
Yes.
As far as we are planning.
Yeah. Should it be cancelled, I'll let everybody know.
Should it be cancelled, we'll actually try and let you know personally. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it on Blue Sky. And do you still post updates on Twitter sometimes?
No.
No. Okay, then we'll just put it on Blue
It's
Sky.
just Blue Sky. Follow us on Blue Sky. Get nothing.
Oh my god, Blushki. Yeah.
Twitter won't show it anyway. If I mention word stream, I think it
That's
just
a good
yeets
point.
the tweet into oblivion.
I think so, yeah. If you start playing any Ace Attorney games, yes, do let us know. But I don't know them well at all.
No.
So. But yeah, Yeah. We don't stream on any other days, no. No. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. No other days.
No other days.
We have too much other stuff going on. If we ever end up streaming on any random days, which is extremely unlikely unless Pocket gets a new PC.
We will announce it. But if we ever end up... Okay, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are going to be... I mean, they are going to be just our stream days.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable.
Yeah.
If we ever do any other streams on any other days, they will not be the games that we're streaming.
No.
On the Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
No.
And we can't do Tuesday, Wednesday next week, so that we will be skipping a day, and we will not be doing New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So the next stream that we physically possibly can do will be the 1st of January. You will not miss. You will not miss that. There will not be a stream in between. You're absolutely, because you're more furious about this in the burning bus case, and you cannot allow yourself to miss this. No, it's cool. Don't worry. Yeah,
no.
The 1st will be the first time that we actually can stream.
Yeah.
So it'll either be the 1st, or if something happens on the 1st, it'll be the week after that. But we're aiming for Wednesday the 1st.
Yep. Yeah. Also,
and we will say so if we can't.
Yeah. Also, happy holidays, Goose.
Yes, happy holidays, Goose. You continued your Christmas tradition of gifting wobble dogs to someone. That's a beautiful,
my God.
Absolutely beautiful tradition. I love it. We should pick up wobble dogs again. It was fun watching you do it. You barely got very far at all.
You want me to...
I want you to create abominations.
Okay, I will bring back the...
I can't get any better than...
You realise that this is going
lava.
to... Yeah, no, but this... I mean, you're aware this is going to bring back, like, the racing courses, yes?
Oh, I'd forgotten about the racing courses.
You do not want me to stream wobble dogs.
I had forgotten about Yeah.
Do not let me play wobble dogs. No, Amber Isle is actually on...
Oh, yeah, Amber Isle is going to be coming up after
this.
After this.
Yeah.
When we finish this case, we will take a break from heavily voiced stuff also.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll stream it. That's a good idea.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Amber Isle.
Amber Isle. Yeah.
Amber Isles. Now, Amber Isles, we're also gifted by a generous benefactor.
Yes.
I've been playing it a little bit. But Pocket can go stream it.
Oh yeah, that's my task. Yes, I'll be doing the streaming because I actually haven't played it at all.
No, it's more fun if it's completely blind.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
Well, you played the demo, so I am not completely blind, but yeah, me and the new keyboard are still learning to work together. Oh, there is such a the adjustment period is extreme, right?
Yeah, I got this new keyboard last week, and for a little while I just kept hitting so many incorrect buttons. And I still have to. Like,
I have an itty bitty Bluetooth keyboard that I sometimes used to write fanfic on my phone. Mm-hmm. And the number of mistyped keys that I end up doing, even now, just because I don't use it that often. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I write fanfic. What of it? Oh my god, no, I'm not telling anybody.
It's about our own blurb.
Yeah, it's not fanfic, is it? If they're our own king characters, I keep calling it fanfic. No, it's not fanfic. I'm writing a novel.
I was going to say, but saying I'm writing a novel feels so up.
It does feel so up myself. I'm not. I'm just writing stupid situations where I make them kiss.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, no, the number of typos is just extreme. Keyboards are one hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't agree with me like I just said something that made sense.
I thought it made sense in my brain.
Well then. Explains a lot about me, I think.
Alright.
Well.
We should go to bed. It's after midnight now.
It is now after midnight. Our lights are going to start automatically going off soon.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But, thank you for sticking with us.
Aye.
And we'll look forward to solving this final case with you all together in the new year.
And hopefully not get Van Zieks executed in the end.
And hopefully not get Van Zieks accidentally executed. Yeah. We'll be able to use our live Van Zieks reactions in court.
Oh, we will be able
and I'm still holding up hope for a chalice.
Oh.
A chalice yeet. I just need it. Yeah. By sword. Yeah.
I also just realised this might mean we don't get to go up against Van Zieks in court ever again.
No, I think
It will just be Kazuma, won't it?
I think so.
Oh, disgusting game! Why would you do that to me?
Yeah, I think we'll never go up against him again.
You can't just do that to me, game. Oh.
We've objected our last Gothic script objection.
Oh no.
And if the end is that we go back, I think there's a high chance that we will go back.
I think so, yeah, to help the justice system in Japan become a better
Given
justice system.
also that Mr. Naruhodo is the ancestor of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whose OG name is Naruhodo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's got to go and procreate.
Yeah. Good job.
And maybe Van Zieks comes with us.
Yeah.
Immersion therapy.
Yeah. First he has to learn Japanese.
Well, yeah. He'll be fine.
It's okay,
He's a smart boy. Yeah, we can teach him. Maybe we need to lose that time to learn how to draw him. Make them kiss! I don't know what you mean. You can draw him perfectly already.
I think that this proves it.
He's so beautiful. You have the essence. You love the idea of just taking him with us. Well, we probably fit him in that trunk.
Oh, Jesus. I think it's time that we go to bed. Come on, chop chop.
Maybe shove him in a wardrobe. Be fine. Be great. Oh! That actually makes that joke I made about Gregson's trunk being entered into the court record a lot more distressing, actually. Oh, I really hope
Sorry, wrong trunk. I'll it later.
I really, really hope that we were wrong. I'm wrong about that. But I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Right!
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to smuggle him with us considering all the wine barrels he has to take with him. Oh, good point. And all the chinkling around of his hallowed chalices. Like, what's that weird ting-ting-tinging noise? You sound like a freaking... You know how, like, if you go on a ferry and you walk past the bar? Or, like, the shop? When it's in motion and the engines are going and all the bottles are like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If he gets new wine in Japan, do you think he will also be able to organise it by vintage and... all the other things he organised it by? Do you think he was there next to us and we were standing next to Jigoku? Yeah, right? Like, the concept that Gregson potentially could have been just right there the whole time when we were taking that photograph. I don't...
So grim.
It is really really chilling. Like, in a way that this game hasn't been yet.
No.
Like, it's had some pretty chilling moments, but not like that.
I hope we're wrong. I really hope we're wrong.
I hope we're wrong, but I also kind of hope we're right.
Yeah, I do hope. I mean, yes.
But, like, that would be a real hit for the end, right? Like, just being like, no, because... And then, no. And, oh... Yeah, I do... I mean, whether we're wrong or right, Gregson's dead. So. But yeah, like you said, just because it's so chilling, I do kind of want it to be right. Because that would be a whole... And we were just fawning over his man bun. And being like, oh my god, where's his hat on? Stop it. But we actually haven't seen Jigoku since then, have we?
No.
He went out.
It's like, ha ha ha, bye.
Ha ha ha, bye. Gotta do an errand. Ugh. I should watch that stream back actually and see what he said.
No.
No? Okay. I won't. Well then. That's enough of that. Like, know that he flipped his shit when Genshin was tried in court.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
It's a good point. I feel like if anybody in that case is going to have a weird justice boner...
Yeah, it's literally... It's going to be him.
Do you think he then tried to frame Van Zieks? Or do you think that was Strongheart?
I think that was Strongheart.
Or do you think it's just coincidence?
It could be.
But Van Zieks was the guy who prosecuted that case.
That's also true.
He's the one who prosecuted Genshin.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Strongheart.
It was supposed to be Strongheart, but Van Zieks was like, no, let me do it. I want to avenge my brother.
It's true.
So,
And considering also, we've already established that Jigoku, he will just take punishment
yeah,
just to get, like, to the right side of something.
yeah.
So, if he saw an opportunity to avenge his friend,
Yeah.
I think he would have done.
I think potentially, yeah. You know, what's it like to be falsely accused of a crime you didn't commit?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't for a second... No, wait. Yeah, no, I don't for a second believe that Genshin was the professor. I think we've pretty much established that that's no way in fuck. He was definitely set up.
Yeah.
/ framed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole Dunkirk thing is definitely too weird to be a coincidence. And a ship would have a large freezer.
Yes.
Because they have to store food, especially one that had just been all the way from Japan. It would be pretty empty, the freezer, because it's just got to go from Dunkirk to Britain.
Mm-hmm.
To Dover.
Yeah.
But it would have had enough food on it from the journey from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the photograph with the big trunk, exactly. Like, the fact that the trunk is in the photograph.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. It's like, this is going to come back to haunt us.
Yeah.
We were like, I think so.
Well, because, when he gave us the photograph and it was in the court record, we were like, oh shit, no. What the fuck is in the photograph? Like, what should we notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really big. You could definitely fit a person in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would probably be about as heavy as a full trunk that size.
Yeah, and he also would have had no trouble carrying it around.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd
We'd have established that he's pretty fit as well.
Yeah.
We established in that scene that he was pretty beefy.
Yeah.
And he didn't want anybody else to carry his bags, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, we need to go to bed.
Yeah, we do. There was something about the stuff at the hotel. Yeah, I wish I could remember what it was, but yeah, he didn't want them to there was something.
Yeah, you should check it later though.
Yeah.
It was really like, no!
Yeah,
but
no,
yes.
I probably will. Just flip through it.
Yeah.
Even if I just mute myself and...
The only way to do this.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to myself reading out any of that. Well then. On that note, thanks for coming to our stream. Don't forget, keep the cart in your heart.
Aye.
Be sure to double check that there are no mysteriously large trunks on the cart with you. Avoid them, I think. Twitch censoring you again. That's rude. What the hell? I'm sorry. It's gonna be a sleepless night. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Same.
Just a week and a bit, and then we'll try and solve this.
Yeah.
Always follow the kobold motto: live, laugh, loot, objection. And until next year,
Oh God.
I hope you'll be well.
Have some good holidays.
Have a great time. Good night.
Good night.